bia ye di akiri yentum koda yensu ana yenye den opani ya be ebedi nkomo oya George Otibonsu akwaba
ja
bibi aboko de
dum
oba bia as usual etana
okay
eno ano no me da se papa na bibi akoye bibi aboko de
oh ekrom na edi if dana yeto abane wie no o se bibia babia edi di ye hwede nyame be ye nipa ho ni de eso ba di nyame beka ene ne kure
okay babia edi em se Ghana no ka yenim se yesi January mu ne de ko sana eya na kunta eyedi we no na amakumu ayedi
eno ni di nko ana we suso enko nti abeka ho no enka wo ne nka be ya chichire nka abaya to ye no ona buka na Japan wini nka kumbe hye ai se bunya ye dia wi nka be be se di bunya fofo so ba o man to ni nti no en na makuma idi no kwe o pesa na menam ka kire wana o se kuma idi
na huna yem se bia yesi afofofo mu ntia
da bi enche sa ya bana nsusu so no aka omagana dia reho nti na makuma idi no mikachiro
ye kwa battle so no na mo gidie pa se sɛde tie bia menso meka ho ye wo gidie pa se be ye wa kan no hnya Japan be wini no be ye Ghana mampani e de na sesa
okay me de beba ni o kan so by e wodi nchia me ba ha me kan no wi a me ba de o kan so
okay
e say you sanko komotie ho emopo e se fa ni die magia ni die se no o man Ghana me jina ona bo Canada Japan ene ni team dinu ada obia oyi wansidi o se na daade o to nsu nyeso oyi bia de bo ona bo Canada Japan no samri no ha omunti na me wa ya di aseda a emi kabia ema omu nyina se achia ne emuye nyaka o ye ni na doso na wo boko so ade be ye shin sei nti obia nya botre obia nya di se de kuma di no obia ni ma de chimo asem ye hwede nyame be ye nti obia odo na boka na Japan se ni tam na da je ye ni bibia no e bibia hye nyame nsa na nyame be da ni tumi adi ama ni panyina hu se obia odo no ma urade na de nya di bon ni ye ni ye wana boka na Japan woni no first no ene hwe di wana boka na Japan nka obia asame eso ye di se abofra ya wo no
yeah
je se nyame wa de pa de ma obia nti ba ha ni jina wana bo Canada Japan edimu da obia se titru the base sa tim no say the base no e jina the base of Canada Japan PhD we are for king we are for this we are for this no some we are in na ba yeah any equal the base of Canada Japan it is say no woni and then we committee e wo be committee no awo campaign office 6 o'clock munya mumra ne hina en kaya dwumbom ni hwedi nyame edi beko ni ba ha bedamu nyase
okay yenso yada asese wayiye mu na waba sabre diana ankoyie ya enunti ema yigina ba bia yigina
dia ankoyie ni se minimum ye kwa no opayini bi wo NPP sisi a fela from Paul Boatin nyama miko
yeah
onso panyina wo mu dipa wa ba abonten be ka che se ye mpani fo ayi ni o mo ye fake no problems susanso and e koma party no now at be now ye koyi okandifo yeah any kind any chairman any secretary any organizer yes ye koyi the president for the party what you know him
flag bearer straight
what you know him this is NPP now omuni nyoma ye say the person say dey free so ekofom now omuni nyoma ye ntino and no more. I said, the more so a Marcus see been no more to my NPP party no. Nanchancha one of the say you more. Now time on has to say, Ombe you MPs. Ombe you secretary, Ombe you chairman.
Constituency polling station officers.
Honor Musu Faso. Sadio Moye Musu Emma. Now, flip Pecopo Post here, a Mujaneba. Now, Mujan and Yamba say, a Mujaneba may send a woman Sadio Moye wrong. It's not from poor botting say. How can you pay for no? Me follow so many thick. I tell you, my brother. From poor botting, nearly Pacuto Ghana.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, could you have much to say? Me, my suspended say, could you have wine? Now, open the crown, only because I won't fairly. And Kakon in China, never catch it opening. Say, near cross on one chest, because of Babontia, like all Babonti. Opening the month. Now, so you are not sure, say, but it's Saturday.
Debbie.
Anyway, Obia, what board, yeah, people go board Ghana in Africa, yeah, only in Pakutua. This is a very free baby back as a party and paying for the figure. Miss anyone, me for us. The phone is 100%. Not all Aka, yeah, man, a letter now so fun. Sounds you have a letter see suspended from NPP. Because I check. Me, no one about Japan. And can be going so and coming with that. Now, with the more about for him on the book in Japan. A woman come and a dinner, and I may buono. And you know, dear, and can be so coming with that. Yeah, every with that about 10. But yet, be Alpha Corn, my consuel and pussy, a dance see, Bawumia, mammy, Protestant, sorry, secretary, chairman. Me call Akufado twice. Akufado and Crown from Uncle sorry. Because I'm Crown sorry. Not part of the party as we should be. We say, I'm not going to say. Okobo say, ever to buy Yemen to say, or Babame, office Befako. Free, young Jessica. Young MP is 37. 9 NPP. But look, I say, may I get in watching. Didn't watch him. Be a poo. Be a dancer. I'm going to NPP. And no one can say. There comes some who be.
Second the giant NPP party. No.
Me train on a book committee at Japan. Only to the more NPP. And you get them in your NPP. And never make them more NPP. And a book committee Japan to more NPP. No other culture enemy here. Only no man. Yeah, me buano. The Obeka. I mean, the base of Canada Japan. Now, the margin, Nasa, a form of base map on a book in Japan. Until the base of Canada Japan. Chairman, and maybe the BS will answer. Until the local Diana, I know Kukuma, your buses and them come to see our life. Who say, a fairly free chairman. Yeah, I say. Or more than 50 years old. Yeah, bus them come a fairly free. If you don't catch up on CCI, you are not them come a rice. It's not the say you want to give. You want to give a beer to a bar, could go a body and carry a whole, who got trouble with such of them from Namu. I the car see yourself conform fully free. SIH and more, any idea they come. Okay. You see, you say, you be a man Ghana, your man Ghana hot dog. Until the what? Look, not consider yourself. Look, can Japan, some may say, I'm a paper again. I would do Yassi. Then I can do open Yassi on Sanka. Yeah, to customer would be on say and fata. No cancer, boom at Erichro. I deal the number of pay. Bit more action. You bush of phone. Yeah, because so do. Dear old Jeffy Yassi. By moon papano, vision, yeah, and it's a bit no only Cassa, what the no train or told me we are, or so wait, can't wait until 2003 as well, Rubano. a positive sure o say say we dey fan say abay kotu ye now what says kakwa to me obe say be say $25 million
akọ
what says kakwa no
yeah
no say okay say okoto factory 3 point something e dan offer any 100 now we dey offer 25 million no stand top factory back be 6 and can you do say the big ma
Chanka say be 100 there and ka fa 600 instantly ye ko
mo scanner say aseko any part do so ati fi omunya adwuma nye na say the power opanyini dey na bro
Debbie
we na bro become
yeah
if you say $25 million it will be factories by 6 or 7 I mean per say 700 it may be na enchenche so e wana free one dey o si achia ne ba emu ye e si abebo na
ebia delegate who say you can asemo a ono omo ka say obeye di aseso ma brabo ne ade no na wo mo engine di say no kwese obeye ono omo nya adwene sa
ni o ye bi da no o ka you different obi so ono nkasa obi so o ye me no ka say obi so ye kwa no o she factory no sisi ya
ya to abai ye endu 1 week
me na ka so
awalusu
e da na ko to ba fi ye Saturday Sunday Monday wa shagmase o shagmase ye obi na ka chiro me na me ka chiro o shagmase o ye aduma ya o shag factory no sisi ya no ka say na say pa we ye di na bro ba fa so ye ni o na o se na tu na o say no
okay
ba fa o so ye oni o se na tu na o say no papa na so o ben wa na o ni pa e woni mu so o ben wa se ni se ngam ja na duma to na kwa so na fa so e chem me o kaska na o ben wa o nyansa ni ndio ikura no ye me yese and before shot it's a premier so we a few officer last year to abano we are 37% member
yeah
almost don't be almost that no so obi na nyuma se
sam
ba nyame kuwa chasefo eyekwa we dey share tam nya 37 no sam the voter when see nyae
yeah
sam we dey ekoso sam esitiye
yeah
central nyae member
yeah
Oma ban ekoseli na
ona bodo so no so contest bi ofu say plan
obobe me to me ene obi akase me meka me madwe me nyansa me nim je se aden na ba bia ona bukare Japan enya akase bia no ska mu hwe gu wono me ka che we mbe show it say bota no no me dey a Bawumia do benya na obenya
yeah
ba kin enya mo oba Bawumia asante kenya mo oba bom central it is a bia western omusheda opayini o de ye cheche won afi ni ehwe kwankwan mo bofo so mbe yi mo friend say advice ni sa ni mani
running mate no
yes ni o de ni interest ni o china ho de ba obi mo china mo adichi mo nsem ni ehwe sen tomu pe that means o buni ndo mo ye me ni ka sho
running mate de se na po na edi ka konti ono ana besako
o na ka shenya na po ene ka se onya bari oh mine mi ka de mi tie ka no mi ka se obi na aka hye ma no mi de madre na kasa
se otu onya akra
enti de nika bia so mi nika adena Volta region Ashanti Central
yeah
Western omodi omoni si wo pa se ombe se be bia Kennedy gina bia
amdo mani si ho pa
nti on person ka bank otwa Kennedy nanka ne nugu ase ba nya ko e ma ne be nye kwada ma ne be nye kwa
sani abede o on te sa manfo ka so ye ken wa bobra wa be politics wa successful nkofo nim no matter what has happened eti ka omode kra nyanyanka onfa politics emre wiye na o concentrate e wona adwuma so what be
ono nkasa no me hu nipa ban oyo to me me nanti we no if you say ya to oba wiye ya say nkoko ko rest kra no the 2 days no ha say adwuma say po wo say atenase go kasa ko rest for bare 1 month na say 2 weeks na ya to ban ye Saturday Sunday Monday no o shey adwuma no tema no ya adwuma ipo business adwuma na kasa e dia wo no enti no de o be ya ma o ma Ghana se no mo de manu ma fa manu ni o bo so ye no o be ye awi ansa na yakofo ato ne sa afre no
amanfo nsem o kan se ukọ France omo mampani otiakonwa so or ye independent candidate within 1 year wakọ wawini ukọ Benin the same thing wawini amanfo so na bo kan call no post independent ofo aso woni nenam ofo aso
me 50-50 obehe bi o ma no a bit my benefit answer and so now take this decision no yes I tell that brother on my question there be ono odo party no so no party na kwati no dada
yes
na party no and I say endo mo ono de odo party no nti wo he de ordinary ehwe wo mo na enchenche so e wona fe kwase edi aso ntia so mpensa nti won fi se de omo yetia no omo yetia omo tu omo mra na no so enche obutum omutum on fa so a on my koto sa abawe no bisa omo stopo ni me sa to abani bi mna mi ko na se omo sa sha se kwan kwa fa so ni mpanyifo no ye fa so ebim ko yi ye mpanyifo ni wi ansa na sa beto abani dia ankaye na se omo jani se ya dia titi obika na titi obi so kire inside omo ye no omo so mfidie ida to oman Ghana ni NPP nti e da ni mu a e twen NPP for
adie ye omo hyehyeye no top bottom say omo ne obia o contest bia di nkomo omo nyina age tu mu de seso obia ye bia obia ye ifiti asem ma hu se benya sunsuanso bone wo so
party no semetimi a ese akodi enkura bi nsem na NPP na pepele be na muzi ande be kam so kodia ana se asanga udin o ntwi na nabi obo mu dikwa enye oreho se party no akodi wo nsem NPP party na o chamo e de mbo ati mo makmanu friend say
dambotwe
hwe mpefo abomudi na he nkora mbomudi
bichi bilamte
na he nkora mbomudi kodia na nabi ene friend say wontu mo opini nti de mbo ye oreho say nke company na omo ye general manager kwa nkaye na NPP chairman and secretary yes so the udi an sala utwa no so we you pay for no so ba na eba no and then kwa na fa party no na omo de omo kwa nyansa no e de party no the party no awe ho kwa ya awe ho hwe se NDC ya kono na chere na sabo so pay for between the German ten say me ko UK meeting na me kan bofo World Bank me ko di lo kan bofo na Kennedy abejo na Kennedy kan ne bofo say manafoka dom president dom mama bae me treso na sorry onko World Bank meeting bi aso ko di gbesi on
dabi
onko be bi ase Eso so he de odi Ghana ska obeto ye ede ye. Na mo amogye World Bank busia so de mutimi ye ene de dollar ko duwe. Ohwe sesia Ghana enye okono. Now obi tin be dia ka se ore de o pese moto abama we na okwa wetu ni buofo akasa. Buofo na Ghana yedi. Buofo na Ghana yenu. Na onye mpanyifo wo mu a panyin be ne media obeka sam asebu akire se otumika buofo tie yento abama no. Titi agi we atwam. Say the buofo no kwa ya no kai ye mosque say fako meboa. Eni kana nka buofo ya de. Ye koyo exams ye utwa wi a ye mo say je koyo o ma wi dia buofo fine. Ba say wadi unyansa oni dia modern bomb be ya dia o say de okọ World Bank da buofo be na wo kan e ma Oscar. Na World Bank wo kan buofo Oscar na ye de chow. Interest ye de chow. Yon mama onkwaji World Bank skill onkwaji bibia so he de o man Ghana say no the economy edu so sia I think say na me hwe bibi wo graphic mu so o bo ameboa say inflation edu 3.8
yeah inflation eko
3.8 obani what be that Ghana da ya na ezo ogo ko bo fun obi awo
dabi
o the finance fienu die eni agene nipa oni pay phone nyaka ho na obo yo ma no he do o man Ghana eko asa wo obi a o say samrik krana ya to ba wie no o hye factory mu ase ya obeka o do bofo e ka se me ko World Bank yansen be na oka a che wan
amanfo nsem a nkomo a omo ebi so and say honorable Ken Ohina Japan was talking about industrialization. Na utie ne industrialization agenda no odi ho nkomo na akoye se chesenani abeso be factories na Ghana ha yewe yemfa ne say even if one district bia ampo no say obetimi be factory baako ewo ho we are talking about 276 factories. Eti amanfo sa say esorodo ebenya sika no we na ke etime de aye. Eti na bi kwa so dwen say ase enye flexible. Eti sa na tie de aye nkoto aba no mfa nko be fofo. Wo no mo so nya adwen.
Let me cut say me honorable Ken Japan ye ko Nigeria Abuja. Ni obi na ka se no na okwa e ma oruma e wo ibi eda empano so ebi de chocolate ebi de toffee o e de ne coconut no mo de chocolate bi na eda bed no so to welcome you na ye hwe no o hwe no na ekube no mo de ye nti o fa no o ka bi ye no o so joy o hu nsi an ye hwe bu no se na o fa kube no free Ghana nzema cars this one etwi kube no ko no mo de yes ani man nya wo Nigeria o se John admo we say hotels be say 1000 no Nigeria na every day o mo to bi krana ipa do se ni benya adwuma ye hwenya se wo ntrim o kwa on kaska de bo
yeah
ipa do se ni benya adwuma ye nti wono nya sane ni de krana o school de o fie de o street de o ni na bi ni krana no se sia anyone we cry or hit factory me no see a e do one year if said dear no or do about money e see you you be na ka che me no wa see a yeah ni me anko score ko be $10 million yes what has it
sika bebrebe free no ho kwa bonte a wasan lusu ni nyina no odaso iska odibie factories magic ben na moyo ne sa no
bi na sa ka se bi kire me o se tamwa Lawrence ni properties ni na no bi fuye asan bi se bi me sa so kan kan so on kan se mi na se bi de me ka Lawrence bi ni bia no o se nka ono ne kwante ehye na se nka Lawrence die na obi ayini de so okoton be hu ono de quality oton ade obenya ni adwuma obetimi de aye asanya property I san Jeff in sending it is a business a custom way. Oda, not Guinea or Guinea Pamqua, who say, quite best in the paper for a live. Oh, yes. Now you see the only muscle more did. Yeah, in case of the critique, ma. Open me to a mother power 4 hours. Yes.
Are they?
Okay. They do a cheat embryo. We see then how do you home? You may go or this was a year. Nipa of home. The person with your mocha. Near who turn Canada or tram or over Chanico. When you can cry or first all would be Chanico. It's a walk with Chanicana or being say, Cramben never swap. Say, Mignon, as in Chanica. Yes, and said you woman insanity. This is one book in Japan. Occasion of Bay man Ghana year, and no one can see cannot be money. Or when you power my own bridges to see ya, I said, Opusenka will see hotel or tema, I will see ya. Yeah, depending on my ready a channel. What a 2 years.
It's not just a say, when to me and we sound fast to be an uncle, they am not back Ghana in Nano. I bought Ghana for yes, sir. Oh, think our president, dear. Quebec, I said 90% bit number. But someday I want your president to see another day. Or co-minister, the minister of the canal. And a bunch of funny pen can say, may you factory, me, he said, oh, president, Minister Docon chain no was signed. But they say on your Bibiano, a man so which made the 100 number on your barefoot which we never. But the book one or some mammy percentage answer and son of Masamo, some will be in day. Sanya, Chief of Staff BSA, your day a jewelry corner anymore, Simonko 5-star hotel, Emmanuel Kumasi answer. Mabuama said Mana Abaso. And the women answer Uncle Femina Kaho. Every Sikasi and Franco, honorable can the young man in the NPP party anymore.
Minka so. Come as some become as a mammy bear, wine back on the handkerchief. Let me swan the people. Ah, near Madame for a fellow Wahab. Farouk. Yes, I'm on friend of Musana. Minim the power. No, for the force of Musana. Yeah, Munya. Mofubia who could share more Dubai. Yeah, meeting, no more Dubai. Meeting now more. So, I'm the train base at 20 at the chassis Ghana Airways. Yeah, we will be here. Minister, Transport, Okoye, and she share Bessemeca, Bessel, one day, while friend Baha. Yeah, maybe some say, Mr. Timbo to say, dear Tina, Ghana Airways, Montier and Farmer Ghana. No, come to our opinion. You pay for a good dear bro. So, among your percentage, me, now more from a bad Ghana. Yes, I'm first getting that. Obi, I didn't make my I'm not Ghana for your man. Maybe you must more charge in a crow. Now, says any panel or choir, no call board meeting or semi choir and call Ghana, no, because more $2 million. Quite now, in America, a bit not to Ghana, I'm not to more. America, a bit not to Indeed, man, come on, farmer. Say what happened, but baby, yeah, what can you know? And NDC chairman, say, the cooker was a say, yeah, chairman cooker, what's the call? A de cooker, or could be meeting on the body, Dubai, on yeah. Now, Mama, in paying for any diablo. In fact, met say, or can say, Sa Nipa, a brofunam no so crab by no. I have friend BBB boating. Sena Odi Obama enim. Anytime Obama Baba Casabiano, that guy on Odi anymore. Or yeah, and I'm going to use it as I'm by. Hey, yeah, boy, and one bro. That's all. Sanity. And Tina Cassette on a book in Japan. And go a president. The BSC passed enough or the by old farmer. But so could see would be a minister because all my percentage beyond Babel. That's the problem. And so all the Kennedy, the point Chibiano. Oma we ready say. Me ne kan di nam no. Ma bo me ho. We say minimum dia open no dia ompe. So when you say be ompe, am ko ye pe. Ifa ko obi ko gumenu ase. Nipa mu obi ko gumenu ase. Intimi try say me ye. Nanti na me nam enokre gidie odo bi akoye ne ye koye nim. Na say ko be ya dia kan di mpe. Beti obi na so na o gian say ti o na on peda. So we you know we the bow we dey on peda. Papa no we a different person.
Mene Chairman George Otibonsu na ye di enkomo efudio. Menim say san komo we no etiefo ne ahefo enso ye very very interested. Ya wo mo enya nkomo ebeka bi na enne no ebrenti mafa etiefo ne ahefo bi a just 5 chorus ene ne mefa na mama sankofo no aba na afi yetimi ehu ya semo okay ma menha de ewa ha menha se yebe no dafofo cause enne no wan ha na entimi amaso me wan ka very important se wo mutimi eba na edi enkomo because etiefo ne ahefo ye no mo na eye adwuma it is a senke omutimi bom maybe a 5 chorus called you miss some questions na yenko because adwuma ye nyina na ye Ghana ho do am ye nti ye ba phone lines na so na ma peke 5 course per na ma peke 5 chorus per na fe mo bisa mo questions na mene ana so say betimi ejai message ne betimi aton chen na yene Chairman Otibonsu edi nkomo awie enne because we very busy entenya no ti enya nenne no asase etini enya yenepa efiri mo Chairman okay baba eti nkomo aye die na chesese ekoba ne saa you Ken on Japan en mambe ye mampeni wa because ne yehwese ko bedi NPP party enim na wababu amasa niaye ken ni nyina timi abaso na yi ketanse she corruption fa we ma me ansa na maba yese ni yetwami nyina ase afiri ho na moman no etimi akonanim na Ghana nso anya so mfaso na ambaso wentimi omedi NPP anim yi na chese Ghana mabunu ye ni da so asana
ensa ewi mu nyanyame nsashana no bi ade ho to awade so na de nya de bo na ne wiri ye kana dise odanyame se be kuma se bo no bi o se danyame de nyame kana otie nti wo de o hwe na awade anim o hwe na awade so kwan achia emu ye nti ye wo atwen mu atwen awade nti na o ma abonten me kasa bia no nti ye de enu se nyame mra ne mrepa
se nyankopon eka wunua Ken on Japan kana koma no catch and say me back ko independent a ubedinachi
makacho said the Kennedy said wonya on to nsu ma me ba ma fa say on nti kwa me fifi habeko na me dan kwa mitimi say ye bubu no a me dan ka mu e dey support Kennedy Japan nti do tie bia no no mo say adepa bi woni mu no wo mo nkomo wo beka bia no medinachi all right eti ma menko 4 lines no so na mene etiefo ne ahwefo eni nkomo and messages no okay sabata beba enya asem ketwo eti ma yemfa afrofo enso so ebia obi o question bi o peso obusa ye ndi sa nkomo na yenko enim numbers ayede ye adwuma no 0240 550899 0240550899 no ene numbers ayede ye adwuma nti ubetimi afre amyedi nkomo CCA Chairman George Otibonsu ewa ha ebia opese uka bibi ehye wo nkura ne ana uka bibi efo wo so a menko enim hello good evening. Hello, good evening.
Good afternoon.
Sinipay.
You can say pepe.
Would day anybody afraid fina mintie?
Me pato me din ya kwabna. Me frefi adenta. Eye very simple suggestion in our setup. It can even if you what they are not yell with your fire. Yeah, Kennedy, all the I say what we're actually about now or 2 Saturday. Okay, so now we share one of the greatest minds. Yes, in United to Albert Einstein. Okay, BB said, the patrol may cannibal for more pantame. Also, that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. Openina Bobra, Mama Masabe, Odobia, Esunin Faso, and Maya Fanny in Susu, Albert Einstein, Assembly. Yadiayanu Niedikai, Yadiayanum Prenu. And then I just say, Yan Fanyanum Prensa. Inti, Mestre, and what 40 bonsu. One on the Casa, Otie, Monfam Quadrin, Vino. Obakaya, a day lunchy book, no, the builder in chief, no. Opening the case in the areas of be or say of friend and I say, Sawati, and Nimue and I report to say, I want a man about Kusekai. Or town for or Peruno, Unya, Wuta, also Unya, and Casamate, Mahome. If I'm a chopper, and we also say, or betting him. Let me be a coded you, said the ya, a radin sour man of Solo. You did not come fast war. Na bibia akoyama omangana ntino obre
eja kwamna ma yema wase na yema kwama umiamo nso entoa so 0240550899. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Okay, otie no honti menya sure so beti na gina so. Hello, good evening.
Hello,
good evening.
hello.
Yes, sir, Silipin.
Hello.
Yes, sir, Silipin.
Hello.
Okay, on Temenka, eti ma yemfani sinchen. Ono entimi entemenka 0240550899. 0240550899. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Silipin. Hello. Okay, on Temenka. Ma yantoa so 0240550899. 0240550899. Hello, good evening. Okay, ono so antimi amba so. Me pacho fra mentie ho. Our radio no ana TV ni so. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Silope.
Come here.
Opani wo din ba bia ofrefre na ma wonne enko so yetie o.
Friend Ben, free Shawan.
Metie o.
Akuko Shira. No Party for the FM, and I say, we party for a DDC, one day, and Catamo, she said, I said, we don't cut. As you say, we don't cut.
Mente n'asɛm a ɔka no mante asɛm no so ɛbɛyɛ den. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Silope.
I can't say that here.
Would they know that you are free finamente opening?
A friend, a German, who will come up to the trick.
I don't meet you.
Ah, catch up upon our cousin said. On country Kennedy said, off on a margin. No credit about copet. What days in a Cosra, all about me, the teen I am, homophobia beam. As you know, on margin power and the gun of Fordon. After the bed. On margin, the gun of Fordon.
All right, men so me da say papa 0240550899. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Silope.
You can't say it.
Wo din ne ba bi afefi na mentio.
Me di kojo na mkata.
Kojo kasafre.
Me kata fi so.
Kojo yetio Toronto for yetio. Dabi kojo entimi enyina so anaase DNS kojo wo ho. Okay, kojo entimi enyina so 0240550899 0240550899 and let's Sabbath messages mo betima kan ni nyina de a and then so no 5 minutes pe. Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
Sinupe.
That is pain.
Opani udini ba bi afefi na mentio.
Cassette Bolle Bamboy.
Bolle Bamboy. Na your friend say
You can change me good junior to the Japan.
Bacho meet you.
Mamim bisa se abra na sa kensie yi koi na wo Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia afa ana wo support o manfo edi uhwamu ana
o ama ni me hamo esan say mobile me constituency for instance ma mention say mfi yera ya o say duchum ono enya 1 yera kwabna je Japan ono so nya miensa 3 oba yera Kennedy ohini Japan ono enya 82.
Okay.
Oba yera Brian Champion doctor ono nya 117.
Okay.
And oba Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia 566. Nti omo kai mira. Na Dr. Bawumia so ye he sees a crapim not to as his home. On the Sawasopi, on the Abbey walks, Honompena. They also know that the constituency is on MP, a young man should be doing na young Kosopa, na Yeraba. To me, show some Dinina, so to say, and he said, ye share your MP. Na ye MP so be biogenenia do na be coming nti anya me one say Dr. Bawumia very significant vote for you, over 566.
Okay. Obi beka say e wo mu say ye hwe ye MP de baby o ho no ma yese bi obi popo nani ehunahuna bi e wo mu e bibisa na
obi anya ne free well
but beginning no odi bibi eto wo mu adwene mu wana.
Oh, Obia Babebo into name constituency all the 5 candidates. A campaign.
One restricted Obia from seeing them.
In fact, Omokra Babebo ja number omo campaign na baby omo person mu share delegates ne hosa. It me suggest it was a mon pebe bia hoso. Se na bi omo na betimi abe mo abetie mo. Oh. Nti oba na omo tie owi anom de waton sene ni. The only thing is that the other candidates ne ba on man ko bi. Meme dear buy na me koye. Oh, say you don't have to give mixed signals.
Okay.
And you made him come I'm on who say hana mijina. But me respect it almost choices. Me can't the delegate. Me sanso the two omonim say baby a osusu jina no. Ma openi who say oh yeah juma no.
Okay.
Na dan kwa me bia no no so ye wi abato no who say me coordinator ono so boa me. Say me wini o me wini o. Na me wish you na well and you discuss way in December.
Oh, as a kind of mobile basi January.
Yes.
Oh, mobiati na ho ase.
Mobiati ase. So ye share obia na ye hwenhwe obia mfa na dwen enye campaign na moy but media ahana mijina. Na ni ntia mijina hosum de to omanim.
Okay.
And Dr. Bawumia policies ne vision. Be better now we fidie so kan bi no. De to won say migidi se baby I now as a party. No bit me aboyen amiaji to me in 2028 year Dr. Bawumia.
Okay.
Now so why doing you different and yen tokwa? Also so no far or eta ne opese ota na chi. Isi year ye babe boaw. Isi yesusu year no babe boaye.
Okay.
And I think with that set Obien why he was prevented from campaigning on the concept, not a single person.
Okay. Minim some to abani we enche bia de. But said the obo boss no. Ebi anto amfa ama ba dodo na ade de eto mama obi tinse obaka se yempanyimfo ide bi no ye very vindictive one to ama no kwa no de wasi tamkuru mu eba no wo mo manto ama mo na ebi ene wo edi nkoma na because ebi no man ye obvious say me ni wafa
okay aha wo bi sa mo bi pi in fact na ye to abase me mekoto ma ba me fi ho no na me nipa ba ko a ono ye me police station executive
okay
o sanso na no ye ken coordinator na me ntime me to aba wi a me ko na me say yawo say a bubble 5 no you da say obefrɛ me na me mefrɛ na afi so no esi uye ya akai me and also one abo umum na he besi uye so ya na akai
munya ntunu e ho no hu se wan hwe awo na
na me ka chen se o na me choose me West well the Barack Obama can say let prosperity trickle down until say ya ni aba be she ohun bi ya na akai wo MP eni na de ya se
I see. Do because wo mpesi so dey asumji nko
ye me ye mom party amom nyina and all the sides
nti obi oto dey want to mu nyina
because ye wi ade na say ne da ye nim ne so nti me ne constituency executives na edwen ho hawa ye betimi ye odo edidi me catch your mansa na ye beto aba in December see ye no ye as a constituency because ye san waso dey see ye boy nuanu so mo akuapem sa me hono seat ni nye dia te ya tani o mususo edinsa wo so mo na yeso how ye beboa o mususo no so matimi age o seat ye fie ne joa e man ye easy for me and the team to also support almost so effort in recapturing the seat see fie answer no mo mujitum nti ye hono de abno bi beka say Dubai America we interest and Iran we interest in the whole etuonto
I see ain't now no boldly ubetimi aka say umanfo ehye wenimonyam based on baby ana ujina ne the
because nkebeye nimguase eso so
e di
amame na sem da bia betina wa fidie so na me ba be bo manum tu na results by nke o se mirror win the so na so mo fanchere only obi mpani production for am go hey nti no kwani nyame anim na da no so aye to aba me kodu na UTV crew wo ho Peace FM wo ho am say ene no say me manfo omo kai me bre ni mirror
no mutie wo
but that notwithstanding no me do ma say nya obi an nya ne sa omo hye me nyonyam ye na nyonyam so omo hye mirror so nyonyam nti for me I think say anyame wanwa p anyame but there's something interesting about this year's presidential primaries in 2023 even though Dr. Bawumia winning 14 out of the 16 regions the total number of constituencies are winning now 213 213
okay
this year Dr. Bawumia winning 14 out of the 16 there. But the total number of constituencies are winning here 232. So meaning gaining additional 19 constituencies which for me was significant.
Okay.
Very significant.
Nanka me baba be ti esi honomo. Osha e dear pa na e wo you know before elections and ade no yensem chofo nti no manfo bebre ne yedinko bi won hu videos no ne ade do you think say otimi gaini sa you know other constituencies nyina eka ho because of you know sympathy enkofo bi enyama no ana binum hu ne say oh maybe attacks on him no were too much and na say the message or the call ye na omo resonating with eyesa message na nunti no omo nya ne mugidie
Broni beka say be multiplicity of factors.
Okay.
Niema pi ne ka bo mu man na susu ne nkum de ne di kan no personal attributes, ne personal values. Nkofo hu ni say obi a one ne hojo. Two or san so kanipa bom. And at three they also think say he's presidential. Or you be a or a leader. It's made any D anymore the personal name na American. Aside that, now they also feel so say nyansane ideas enye sika nko a bebetimi aboa na se ono so yehwe ne awaye in terms of the track record emra na oye mampani abedi echi ne contribution to governance and then adaroma na nkofoti on phone so to electricity na adaroma na the digital sector obo per passport onya ne to per driver's license the driving of the fintech sector and there is a sika 720 the fintech per small loan just say a whole gamut of issues. I face on a contribution and man here wa ban ne loyalty to party. And man na ye here obi amana kujina box mama yen na form of the donwa de ne ho bo afore. And aside that party for no so hu say he's their person.
Okay. Na
onibia obe honest akacho obi so a odebema and obeboa wo so a unkote. And man say it makes it very easy so bekonanim and then I could check asemu here and no a personal attribute. The other factor me jidi say no so boano a message say no kre yakwa abato yo anye ye nanso achias we mu ye say na 96 je Kufuor call ya ye nya ne mu jidie say anye ye so ye mo ansiesie Kufuor ne ba bia ye to sin fa ne nkobie mu okọ ye no okoji tumi man na do call ni dikan call ni na etoso mienu anye ye bo ni chidom ye tana na echi okoje ba na ono Dr. Bawumia no katwi bi o se na me so Kufuor kwado nya 39 o sha ase me menya 41 mo boa me a miss me ngi to me mamona and his message and again the other message for me and also resonate is also with the party the welfare system for party for no at the electoral area polling station app. Omujidi say Ushemwa obeka se me wini ameboa party for but nhihye na ye de beboa party for no enye clear. His thinking was that se wunim nipa na de hia no wontimi moa no obo opese otoa ne suku so na ban bem eba so a opese oye adwuma obo no opese odidwa obo no mo a ne ba na epe bibi ene saa ne ma no. And he says, yeah, the sunny man na no at the go a ye bo bakumu. Near say, Samuel could say, Bassett nap a President Bawumia or Wibia Nuyani is called the Bidija. Sunny Pana, no any here sem. Inti every 3 months or 6 months, Nipaninya and 1 year you wouldn't film. Na ye dear near or no near bibina abashim.
Oh, so you have a system.
You have a system. And now no more kasa or coni phone so. Now our boss or say for instance, ebia wako Manfe Presby A polling station. Ebia youth organizer or within the ebia Kwabena Minta medical cell. What number is say or you know money now on the phone so. He had everything in his hands. Tinanya paper something a man who's they felt that sense of connection. Say enya dia bekas we are krade na meeting. And then again his other message of bringing some stability to appointment. Eba wabetena konwa so as mampani onipa ne bedi mampani wi a abna okọ nanimu ayeden party for na mo ombenya film no eye omo gina mu ama mampani
okọ nanimu ayeden say access
okay because enye easy he becomes an asset of the state
okay
not just for your party into one where protocols are polling station ni ebe fi kasapen and also we fi boma ababa we mampani e wo efficacy e dey now so enye so person be hu mampani twa photo keke e na hi asem or the better name but say hi asem no what structure say what nipa no wanya ne de ene na hi asem answer da o twa kwa ma e mampani na emo no so hia mampani wo ne mpesua so a obetimi adana se mampani menya sei obaba so saa ebikwa na mampani mpokwa no onya we ba nhihye na odi ato akwan amani paniya but the appointment na make no and he says his message of 10 appointment per constituency was also a major game changer madana bet na videos me ma o example obekọ constituency bi appointee omwo ye bako ADC ti sa DC no bibia ko wo bibia ko se ya ono na omodan no sebe ono so nyare so ntiapo in terms of resources and any more bit me aboa Now in ubetimi about another constituency, ubetimi about 7 or 10 or 11 appointees. To say me was say now 11 appointees in one constituency. So 11 when and your constituency in the lobby mampeni appointee. Mampeni ni individually. No the adwuma share sir. Inti no e just say nipa no or love and loyalty to party. Because any party for the board manager, but with Dr. Bawumia's game-changing policy or not the buy and say, near bay and say, ya to a baby, I'm a baby moment penny. May reserve over 3,000 appointments for the 276 constituencies out of the almost 7,000 appointments at present here. It be a board. It be a board chair, board members, CEOs, deputy CEOs, ministers, deputy ministers, ambassadors, deputy ambassadors, Inti constituency we mama me 10 qualified people la sebe ombitimi agina musunsumu amamo na menfo enkwa adwendwen mu ti sa 10 na odi amama mpani no mampani ehwe baabi odi ombehye no akache mo constituency for say mo 10 qualified people la mo de brand me because article 58 article 59 of our constitution vests the powers of appointment in the president inti sa ni pattern no enye omo no mo konkran kolobi a constituency no normal case mo present mo ti se moko na se mo adwuma ankoso ani 1 e wo mampani aban mu 2 e wo mo ne ye ne mo nkita wo deal with party for no at the constituency and one say party for case mampani ye ne de abana brewo e gidi se ma abana nkotena touchline kakra na ye mfa obi mpe e mi hye mu man e mi gidi se to maso. Okay. Then the third one was our campaign structure. Your campaign was not just at the top. Our campaign was happening at the electoral areas. Because electoral areas are when the polling stations now. You can see Dr. Bawumia in the north. But the campaign ABA happened was Shai Osudoku.
So the most spreading more tentacles
totally. No. Or no, the amount of muhun.
Oh, but behind the scenes,
every constituency. Many constituencies say, and I had 6 different campaign teams.
Oh.
Yes, working in my constituency.
So your strategy are more adapted.
Well, when you want to win, you have to devise a strategy to win. And at Dr. Bawumia's campaign, he was clear in his mind. Say, Abano, you be win you be lose, it will come from the polling stations and electoral area. Until our campaign teams were, the electoral areas and polling stations.
I see.
Until no air course on also senior members here, the various constituencies Abia Yera Namha, Haja Samira Namha, Abia Honorable Sechi Mensa Bonsu Namha, Honorable Parian Sanamha. Anthony Cabo Namha, Nana Kumia on this side, Samuel Uku on this side. See, you will just be focusing on Dr. Bawumia. But about 50 to 100 of the others are in the other constituencies.
I see. Now, you share figures. I free a buy.
That's right.
See, you share Greater Accra. Now, you compare last 2023. Primary, sir. A difference a lot. Make I say last 2023 no Dr. Bawumia enya 19,000.
Whilst our campaign means me cross check on my phone.
Okay. You enya 19,002. But we shared this year na Emma Ora Ken enya 17,282. Just Greater Accra and Kwao. But this one no this year no 19,820. Emora Ken may father too because no pan and exactly. Emma Ora Ken this recent a year mokoye onya 11,333.
That's true.
The question is Ebane saying because clearly you could see say
we didn't reduce.
Appreciate it.
Yes.
But honorable Ken they know drastically. Is it the other force from Dr. Brian? And it's me train is na say
our strategy going into the election first of all was to hold on to our own. Vote first no. Yenko bon ho ban. Si enye bi anka ho a emi enko lose vote no. Inti Mijidi say other candidates also had their own game plan almost the buy.
Na ye den amode ne de etimi I reducing I appreciate.
Mama na make say mama ebi were a message. Dr. Bawumia's personal values and attributes and also our strategy that they call election. Our strategy was to win.
Okay.
The last time I can say me, we were to market a white dress. Whether it will be tone check, or tone pink, or tone black, or tone indigo, and orange.
And the moon show.
Debbie, focus on what will make the white dress sell.
Okay. So does it mean say other places are and also votes in reduce kakrano? And no.
We took a hit.
Okay.
You won't gain all. But on the whole, in total, Dr. Bawumia performed well in every region. Every region. And you could clearly see that the additional 19 constituencies demonstrates his acceptability. Even in the Kusasi zone, and an opponent, Kusasi fought to Miami, he won majority of the Boku zone, of the Kusasi dominated areas.
Okay.
It is clear that people also chose hope over fear. Hope that Papa ye beat me at the action and said, Biamana koji to me a brain over fear. See the manua untiminko winning. And again, people also felt to say, on one canasem, no bunny will trim, or say a bo nidiano, Yamene prano, or say Wabomanim several times. And in 2023, you see, man, Papa Neswa no, men mekase, a bear mobo, men canasa. But now a man confident so quadrant dreams at 2023 or Bomonim. Yakoya Anye. A cow boy any others 2024 he had to organize himself. 2023 we won the primaries. Sorry. The following year 2024 he had to mobilize resources again to go for general elections. 2025 I saw someone who be in party ye be a nomination I say I saw Santisim. Then 2026 he has to mobilize money again to fight another elections, meaning the January 31st. The party for no Oman drain on money matters. They felt that Pape he can win. Now I face also his message for me was surgical. And I think as a candidate was also distinguishing him well. He never lost his cool. He was able to stomach Buzia can't say now my mentor Seven will be offended by some of the words or say if you ask me the criteria of who a politician should be in Ghana today, the person should have a large capacity to stomach nonsense. Now Dr. Bawumia demonstrated that large capacity. Say, will be it attacks or be it whatsoever, he was determined. Say, obey to me a diminishing to cross the finishing line.
I didn't say I will be by what DNA we are. Now won't speak it out. Now would do one thing. For instance, Abraham Mokwako signing a peace pact. Clearly, you could see say that Dr. Bawumia ye nim no enye saa nipa na ye hu no ho no ma me hwe interview bia you were like na nani enje because attacks are never no na edos no do nipa. Why tina on kasa because you say one kasa mu ayi we bone
baby ana say okasa no kasa omo na say ode saa ne ha no eto omonim no ode to omonim
ajanjanye ye ne ane ye hwe no mom na say ode to ye
because seven patapa to credit man error into one party leadership
ode to omonim
two presidential elections committee and he was expecting say omuneso mudi hujuma na opani je kufo kan say because ye muna wo ye trim
but we dey pia mountain
say in so tap on chenia obeje wo
nti wono ne wo no na ye muna na ye hu wa
mo nyeze muna e ma hu say na we dey say
na say wo muna
baby obeka say na see ni na da say da bia na ni pasre
then o say ade ye wo ya
we nya de chenso ma na da bia no wasre
I know say no sunti na say wutimi e kasa say because obi akasa ma woni mu akomom say ade na entesa why can't you come out and tell the person say dey wo ka no nokre bia say nim na enya mi mpo na me ka asem na wo be mu na
oyi ano ewo campaign
so na mo de message but na ye mu bi no na ye expect say ono kasa ba kasa
and I'm so he say ono kora no kasa say mate se minianum bi aka say ni say na so nya no kre e bi o man ti ni ye me etosu mi no so he used the party structures to address his grievances.
Oh, okay. No, party structures no. To one.
Me did say ama ni anye so that day. E man ko say na odi ato mo ni no nya ho responses.
Oh.
Until he felt to say as a count no there the party's reaction and response no. Yeah na enkwa ni papa. That notwithstanding, it was just about a week or so to the elections. And he didn't want say Yababe sign peace pact. Dr. Bawumia don't know maybe. And no be the news rather than his concerns.
Okay.
Until he once again demonstrated loyalty to party. And or buy a better judgment. You will pen on Sanko Florium, Shanko Kumase, a Kotoa campaign. Because now that was the last region and now.
Okay. See ya enkunimdi aba na fen na enan so tietia bebrebe enso eba yi. And the person be compare report ya wo ka say ono de nya de say obeka say during campaign obi ka say tia na nti no obehwete obi o ka say tia na ne de nyina wo de nyina to akira ma say enkabo mu na mu ya. Do you think say
let me be very honest. A woman said that Dr. Bawumia's side and him almost receive a lot of attacks. But in all fairness, a bit more also so almost no more your campaign team almost to buy inti what be say you candy for no so now no say afani afa na no no said the minority MPs kosano and he said one thing or say my focus is for all of us to win 2028. Or see me jidi se ubetimi aye adwuma no a emfa ho se oboa me ana wamboa me.
Okay.
We need to harness the strength in our numbers. Nia ubetimi aye nia metimi aye nia emfa mom nia emfa nkojitu me.
Nti eno no ye akomamu pefe ana so se bi ho no ma ye say aye se ntwe agyanan. So now, one
thing about him, he's a very honest person. He's an honest guy. He doesn't bear grudges. I don't bear grudges. The only thing is that say Jumadine Dayenim. Ono asujitum say in 2024, it will take money be for granted.
Okay.
Into going forward towards 2028, so ye biana or no so ebemana easy. Now, you'll be comfortable to work for our collective victory in 2028. You know, so also why. Inti who be here say me for a FDA so. Na me for a FDA so. Me fa at the chance from a FDA so. Na me share the supporters also of Dr. Bawumia. Say we have won the primaries, but not the general elections. You see, one some nipa. And na wo pagya de na emu yedua na ye boni troboy menti se obi pagya pen na waka troboy da but ye pagya sa de esi animu a mema mra na chese we aso ha ye de pagya ye nuanom bi ho no ma omu se o na we akwa akochia yewura no matikwa pai normal because you did say na we no cassette here papa na there be ya to internal one away we hear unuanum now to come on board those of us around the man papa na my list say unuanum ni na yes you did say yes you de be kan ho the various campaign teams of the other aspirants near them. Yes, so let's reach out to them.
Okay.
That makes them comfortable to also come and work. No create woman say and no just me money penny. As at late in the night, in a back of frame. One of the key communicators for one of the leading top 3 aspirants.
Honorable Ken.
For one of the top 3 aspirants. And a friend also, many a cabo friend say, oh, Only a young shana a year, and also. Ono samu say bani say na na mana easy na nipa ne ka say obi so akwa cassette ano nipa no na am say na video na de say nipa na cassette ya o de na 10 seconds me yare me na be 3 minutes me dey ma forget it 3 minutes 10 seconds in here only na there. But then when because the reality is that we are up against a formidable opponent. NDC as a sitting government, as a ruling party, almost also no, they are not going to take chances in 2028. Until the more I hear reaching out to union, and as I say, one of the key advisors, one of the top 3 aspirants, not out of the Dr. Bawumia side, the second and third, well, one of the aspirants is key is saying and not your brem. So as a nipa back also around us. Or more communicators back or one of the region. Also when you in few communication platforms on it. It's me too, I reached out to them and I'm so munjama and yeah. So these are things that post elections. We also have to manage it. Yeah, what party leadership to manage the situation. And then Nana Kumia can say the chunk of the work, whether it will be united or disunited, will come from the presidential candidates. Now, they said Dr. Bawumia has demonstrated, say,
okay, so far, we Dr. Bawumia and say, Mamimbisa say, other 4, aspirants are no more kind of apart from Semunina, Mushi, I declare no say, one hour when Munina Becasay, no, after no, or more Akasebium. And on reach out to them and also reach out to
yes, they've been reaching out to him.
Okay.
Ebi so abefie ababecha no amano trinkwa. Meaning say amomaka ne so no ebeba. Enche.
Okay.
And na say bakubiba. But me femu dem anya the feedback here. But the baby will show you, I'll be able to confirm say Obaya and Sana Makacho.
Okay.
But meaning say the Honorable Cabinet Japan Baneho. The Honorable Dr. Yao said Duchum so Baneho. The other 2 numbers I confirmation be of one of the meetings.
Okay.
So not me but so I can then confirm.
Okay. Before the primary so now we will be a woje and come share any polls edi. Ujidi.
Ubusa.
Maybe so.
I believe in everything.
You believed in everything. And at that time, no.
I don't rule out spirituality.
Okay.
Yes. But me jitu say spirituality alone and a prophecy alone without groundwork obebre.
Oh, okay.
Because emra na mana kra eton. Na mana entungu biefie or olden days Bible. Na mana etogu a location na wakwa akoso aba. Na me ba habibu me ma 2 quotations from the Bible. One quotation from the Bible, one from the Holy Quran. Me de call Bible in the book of Zechariah chapter 4 verse 9. Na me say Zerubbabel won sana wo de ahye dan na se no. Wo de sa ansa no be. Meaning that you have to start with your hands. And so we should be ase. Na nyankopon ato nhyensu eguso aboa ma de nsa na wie.
Okay.
You cannot say you sit down, fold your arms for God to build from the scratch for you. Now me sando call Holy Quran chapter 13 verse 11. Or say no kre Allah wo we on se sani pane shebre. This is nipa ne to anamon so verse sani shebre. So meaning you also have a role to play even in the spiritual matters.
Okay.
Me who obi ayahye ne nkom say ope akwentu akwa manone. Wakwa so ya me ahye nkom. So afi we be wafe. Ubenya moa ubetu kwan. When taking steps to get a passport. Na watwa 31st night was say so for we ehye nkom na moame. Ebia na akwanya bi ba owadwumem. Yes ye de nkofo etu kwan akwa akohwese. O passport so ye mini passport. God cannot go to the passport office and fulfill that obligation for you. Yes, I believe in prophecies. I actually do. Okay. And I consult a lot.
Oh.
Yes.
Pastors.
Yeah, I consult. So become be chairman. Me double check it.
Okay.
Because I have Matibi enye no kreda. And matibi enye no kreda. But don't be catch me, I won't dismiss it. Meso so no me de be query I also will seek other opinion.
It doesn't mean
I don't rule out prophecies. Okay. However, I believe prophecies without groundwork and then forget it.
Inti eba say other prophets can say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia nya de so be win no. Mo consult ye.
Oh, near the ye sena enye bakope na wakase na onwin. We had a couple of them on said Dr. Bawumia and Winnie. We also had several of them on Dr. Bawumia be winning.
Okay.
It's all the NSA you have to keep pushing.
No, me person who say mo yemu shemwana. Tell me about so on winning and I want to believe in prophecies no.
The truth is that some of them I buy no. And you see a young sharing, but it was worrying.
Okay.
Worrying because nipa na shenkom no keke na on dramatize ya wa shenkom but when nipa no take steps na be daily repetition na sense koye media engagement now to say we're beginning to think beyond the prophecy.
Okay.
We then saw it as a campaign strategy.
Oh, sir.
Yes.
No more a prophecy.
Because I didn't move it from the pulpit to the studio. A movie from the pulpit to the political platform.
Okay.
And see, at that point, that we needed to also think political and focus on our campaign.
Okay.
And one thing, so said, we psyched our candidate to keep his eye on the ball.
Okay.
Americans say we are marketing a white dress. Forget about check.
Okay.
Forget about blue. Forget about red. Forget about black. Keep your eye on the white dress.
Inti eba ne sa results no e show say wono na edi nkunim no. Jubilation no was set wedding nkunim na say prophecy a ye kan say emmemu no ontumi mbeye no.
In his campaign he kept saying, there was a king of Persia, your friend King Cyrus. Cyrus, even though he was from a Muslim area, no more boy Israel for. Maybe you are moving from the Persia. It's today's Iran. He said, so no pokradi or say this year from Ghana. No jitum say, nyamia kwine enye nipa kwine. And I tell you, J. Kufo heading to the year 2000. Yes, say Okonfa not Shenkombi several hundreds of years ago. Say ma Asante Nibia and Fra Kunya Kesia be beyond Asante Hine. As J. Kufo and Paba, he kept his eye on the ball. He became president of the Republic. Nanado Dankwe Kufuado. Asofo na bia kaze nebusium yendi akonya yendi president. Even said they are cursed. They even said so on the John. Because you John Rollins, you John Kufuor, you John Mills, you John Mahama. He wasn't a John. But God made him president with the support of one also effort to put him in. Until we were clear in our minds, they said, put in your effort.
Okay.
But where you don't put in an effort, you have a problem. But I can say it's a majority of the prophecies were in favor of Dr. Bawumia. If you want to also measure the temperature, check 31st night.
I don't convince you more. I'm not there. A buy say on to me no moment.
But we're not even looking at the numbers.
But we're determined that yes, was louder.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. Is that we decided to remain more focused was when the prophecy moved from the pulpit to the studio.
Okay.
And moved from the pulpit to the platform.
Okay.
The banner said that politics.
Politics. I see.
And I'm happy say you know. Omo manti Nyankopon call ni. Nyankopon e frɛ na me nyina ho bi. Na obi so frɛ ni nyame na obi nyina ho. Nti omo manti Nyankopon call a ofrɛ omo. they've come out and say we dear yantinya mene on this matter well. But my main for a few days, so let me sound a word of caution. If for your Dr. Bawumia supporter, let's give thanks to God our candidate has won. Don't get into a banter with a man of God.
Okay.
Forget it. Jasa nipa no mo ni nyankopon. Ne nyankopon akwa. Inti nipa no wo any conversation or conversation with God. You are happy that your candidate won. We are happy that the prophets that also prophesied in your favor, they've been vindicated because the work I put in, Nyankopon shira so man. And I make say the Holy Book of Quran 13 verse 11, or say Allah, verily, 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 Allah will not change the condition of a group of people until they change it. Until the steps we took, Allah blessed it. The same was underscored by the book of Zechariah 4:9. Was Zerubbabel on Sana de Ashedinas with the sons and baby. Elections are over. Don't get into an argument with the men of God.
Okay.
Let's keep our eye on the ball. Why? Because it's not all the time that they will get it right. But where's also a foothold to men of God? Don't play God. Men yet don't assume the role say uye nyame.
Okay. So sana based on their buying into.
Yes, because you see, there was a king in the Bible, King Hezekiah. He was told he was going to die by a prophet of God. Okone dem kubunko to je sungu ni Nyankopon se Nyankopon kai ni amaye na kai me bre na kai akwan a na mietu. Even though the prophet had a message from God, nipa no took steps eko ni Nyankopon enim. God added 15 more years. Inti no osan so you're God's representative on earth. Don't assume the role say uye nyame. Nyankopon na kasa fa wo. But men mane assume say nia obi so Nyankopon aka kire no. It's totally wrong. Inti I think that would be I'm not a man of God. Even though my role model Samuel was a prophet, prophet of God.
That be a prophet.
That minya called here. Saying there, Nina Wunyamense. But Minya call no. But I don't think I'll be a bad man of God.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I see.
So the difference between the pastor's pulpit and the politician's platform is that you're a pastor or you're a minister of God, or you're a politician or you're a minister of the people.
I see.
Yes.
So for now, we are
minister of the people.
I see. So with time, the God and the Son become.
Say call no bar. Reverend in team for the so no nya ne call no enter na msi ni na no e call na e beba no.
Okay.
Me de mai. But ebia menim se beba metiasi ya. But Nyankopon ma na ba, why not?
Why not?
But the advice no I want it to be very clear. Me say you are a mortal. We are a vessel of God. When you're a man of God. Because when you assume the roles and say, we're replacing Nyankopon, you begin to feel more powerful than the maker, the man you're doing. It can't be nama or share the social media, we more trouble for we more I just think it should stop. We start teasing and the attacks and all. But that doesn't mean say yes also said it ain't mean to Nyamini pass so for. Catch on say it's not the time you get it right. And until every prophecy no, make sure it's tested. Okay. Make sure say where Nyankopon so di hun kita hun ye. And also in your communication of it, know that Nyankopon na kasa fa mu. But don't replace your human self with God. Say nyawo kano final. Even God cannot change his mind. No.
Okay. Now no ya share hunhun de. Ya share honam de. Owura Musa dankwa. De ono so ne hwehwe mu ba ya o ka se ono de o kagina so aka se nhwehwe ya wa ye nya de se ebetime asesa. Ba ye no so no aye no kresa. Time wodi kan e de ne post ne ba na gidi.
I mean, first of all, we're working towards a win. Let me be very honest. You're contracting many posters. Okay. Both local and foreign.
If you momo.
Yes. Musa Dankwa was doing his own work as a poster. As an yes, also internally, we had contracted posters that constantly they were telling us where we stood and the data. And one of our biggest concerns was even Greater Accra. Yes.
In favor Mosana.
Midway through the campaign, the figures there now in favor.
Okay.
Getting to the last quarter of the campaign, still into Greater Accra, when the data became clear, said we needed to work there more. Yeah, to move different constituencies. Okay. Secondly, the former second lady had to be campaigning in Greater Accra. You had Nana Kumia had to be campaigning in parts of Greater Accra. Hassan Tampuli had to be campaigning in parts. Cabo, Honorable Paransa, myself. Together with our regional campaign team and our constituency and electoral area campaign team. So it's good when you have data.
Okay.
And then what you need to do, and it paid off.
So doesn't mean that they are not being so I can say we suppose maybe bana say in favor of so send me pedia send me kwa kutriesika na yaka amana ye me.
And the one who postpone obituary.
Hey.
Yes, because if what the data is telling you say Abeka Junction.
No, but me ba mo dear no na nye se dadam.
That be the.
And answer na ye facts. No cre children no more attitude that said them can say ana oye or say binum say oh makochieska and ye come na favor wo mo keke but we say any aka say contract say binum ma me yes
and na ye catch them say be brutally frank with us.
Oh okay in that be
yes even though we did well in Esojaman in 2023 for the first time you also had the spokesperson for Dr. Brian Echampon, who was an immediate past parliamentary candidate. And the other parliamentary candidates who had been there before Pius, we had significant belief and evidence that they were not supporting us. And, you know, it's an example I'm giving you. For instance, I had to be deployed to a Sojaman.
Okay.
And one of the days, whilst I was watching my brother Pius on your show, I was watching him from a Sojaman.
Don't know what I say, because I know what we see nechi.
And yes, I'm a Sinechi, I'm a boy Jumano.
Oh, boy Jumano.
And Bawumia won a Sojaman. And the check data, I don't know, baby. Yeah. Now, for instance, Okre constituency, which is my next door neighbor. The MP, the Miaminia Nyenchen, no, Brian coordinators was wrong. Whereas a Equiapim North and Equiapim South secure no. Na ehono na hu se ehono akoya brempon tokwa. Tina say nipa so we lost by 6 votes there, 6-7 votes.
Oh, okay. There's no
Debbie, but meaning say we could have lost by hundreds. Into the data will have to tell you where you are bleeding and where you need to go.
I see.
Into the polls held the campaign.
Okay.
May I'm not one of the people who rubbishes polls.
Okay.
Provided Nipano a credible. And you adeba kwa mission a man may a course war amanone. Or say you hire people for them to tell you what to do. You don't hire people for you to tell them what they have to do.
I mean, there's the things you want to hear.
Yes, and for instance, is broadcaster and our host show. Ebe ya say no for say Kwame Despite. Ebe mesika editu ya oka monthly. No asan frɛ wa no pa. Aka cho say show no ye ni say. Na ebe ma menya results. Unu production. Not just the say ko high. But whilst I will host, now Becca John said, me share the market survey. But this is a winner, ABA, say management. It can help expand our reach. So you are telling management what they have to do to improve upon the program.
Okay.
This is also now contracted a poster. They are supposed to tell you where you are bleeding.
Okay.
Not you telling them, say, I had me bleeding to Koye post. No, give them an open mind. For instance, may cooperate for MP. May running needs assessment in all the 32 electoral areas in my constituency by an independent research group and posters. To make a campaign in 2024, me do say, I say, is a way and person me yamamo. when I'm say here, and when the people know said their needs now you are communicating, they also know that you know their problem.
Okay, and now
and some of them I knew that I don't know which polls they were looking at, but I clearly knew that there are not elections on Bekobebia. Yes, and you don't need me to mention names.
Of course I want you to mention names.
But that's a result by whom.
But say be so maybe last minute.
Last minute. Mama, last minute the society but a progressive. Miracles happen. I know Jesus is still in the miracle business. But it must be backed by strategic.
Okay. Nti owura Musa Dankwa de ba ya obeka se etom pepepe.
I think he did his work. I mean, he did his work and he got his figures.
I mean, it was so accurate. That's what I'm trying to say. But another one, a woman I know dear 2028. I'm pretty sure said when will be.
Is on was it Joy or so? And also, we in your year in December. Saturday and Toaba.
Okay.
Saturday and Toaba. And they have really be the changing field of politics.
Okay.
And at the voter psychology. Even though here in the polls, no, Musa also did not drill down to the constituencies, even in ours.
Okay.
Okay. To be honest, for instance, what we had in Greater Accra is significantly improved. In voter in 2023, Kennedy Japan won voter, but in 2026, Brian won voter.
Yeah.
Me sure said that Dr. Brian campaign team knew that one region that was in the bag was Eastern region, because they said I heard him quite strongly saying, say MPs 15, vote a 500 year influence. But then the results came and you realize that Eastern region, Dr. Bawumia won over 50% of the votes in the Eastern region. So if it be the changing field, the man has just been elected. He has enormous goodwill. Let's see how for him as a flag bearer, or the work is cut out for him. He knows he must deliver. And he won't always get it right. He's human. But Bawumia will not deliberately get it wrong. Let me repeat. Dr. Bawumia will not always get it right as a person, but he won't deliberately get it wrong as a leader.
I see.
So the need that hopan will be no. But what we ni pay ni pabe from so beba. And tianuntina utie futuo. And my more name penny for a boy no so abasopa. His campaign team did a good job. I remember the Honorable Osei Chairman's about Abaso. Honestly, it was a pleasure working with him on the campaign.
Wow.
And yesterday was his birthday.
Oh,
to me, happy birthday.
69th?
Yes.
Hey.
And for, working with him, this is somebody, well, he's seen it all as a member of parliament, as a majority leader, as a minority leader, as a very senior party person. But the way I know the young people no relate to campaigning. For instance, me kai say ye call baby lejo kuku koye campaign. Na me kasaya ansa na me introduce area Dr. Bawumia. Ye wie no me kasa wie ya me no say no. Me kasa ni koye, but he thinks that I only push the message more of consistency. Say yem Kufuado, but he thinks that Dr. Bawumia is beyond just the message of consistency. But I have to also speak about his integrity, his credibility, and his track record.
Wow.
Or correct me in a nice way, and not just me. Many members of the campaign. MC Kwaya Adene felt calmly. And he worked well. He was the father of the campaign.
I see.
And then our campaign manager, Honorable Aspirants. Funny enough, when the Honorable H.M.S. Abons was minority leader at a point, Aspirants are the chief whip. So we had both the leader and the whip on the campaign as campaign chairman and campaign manager. And then also for the various leaders within the campaign, I mean, they did a phenomenal job. Okay. Someone like Nana Kumia, I became a good communicator because of Nana Kumia.
Oh.
He's my super boss, boss's boss. And he was communications director when I was made a deputy communications director. I was made deputy communications director under him when I just come out of school.
And then you see a
lot. And one thing about Kumia is he has a good temperament. No. You're on your own. When you go with him with idea, and what can I say? That's him.
Until Obeka say,
I learned that from him.
I see.
Because it was a wasteful emotion. we worked under him nicely, and he's one pleasant gentleman. Then you had several of these strong guys on the campaign, the ladies, the gentlemen, then our youth team. The youth team, let me also single them out. They waged a relentless campaign.
Okay.
And these are young people, they were calling their peers. No more album. The man's call center, also young people, calling over 211,000 people. And phenomenal. Then you have his social media team. They served as his backbone to propagate it. So I think that Dr. Bawumia had a very good campaign team. Yeah, your advices when they come. And
that's not so much.
We can bala for. You check your alignment. And you senior honorable Fred Owai.
Okay.
Baby, me see a senior campaign advice.
And I make an advice, and maybe so much. Fred
Owai, you say no, two good boys under him.
There are certain ways I'm missing you so okay, since you will come up painful.
And you know, Cabo also handed over to me as youth organizer.
Oh, and you someone because someone here
when he sees a problem, without that stalking, you be share with meeting. Maybe can't that problem. He has seen the same problem.
Wow.
So it made it easier.
Same technical.
I think so, because we've dealt with the young people.
Okay. Can't a young people wobble painful. Yes, I see a woody to Jack, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and this one didn't want to say, you know, more free a party. You know, say more prayer can see the ultimate 2028 elections. I'm more better.
I'm a young who sad disasters now. It's so man, the cause, this sunny, okay.
Indeed, say, Cass,
and a worker, and it
is a look. Wait, I link it to Rollins. No, my way.
Nine,
I will now we a link it to Rollins. Make you watch it out. Says the Kadokufi, no in Rollins. Because my catcher will say, I the Ewes. And the Ashantis, only in your four. Now, upon that, yes, the 12th tribe of Israel, Ashantis, any Ewes, no, Omokamu. Ashantis near him for Suman Quine, Suman Quine, no, Ewes, yes, Suman Quine, and a notness air bamboo for Mekacho say in 1715. Popo a serum, a to four, and then far a palm covenant. That was the deal, the power of the notness. Ever share 2 4 answer. And they say 2 me or no from me and 2 4. And in some bar on a covenant. I will get 2. Now, no become my answer. And I was no, I before no, only an answer for.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, Asante region, and a slim for a bamboo for, and a Kunyana, and to my catcher says, Akunyas Kadokufinu, a yes, Kusu Yashomazia, a Kunyano transnational preside as a king, and only yes, Kadokufi. Let's say a big circle.
I want to young twice once. A beer, you do baby, and a Matthias.
Ha! 89, a belling to Rose. Yebeko, belling to
young called the next disaster.
The next disaster.
It's 8 in nature saying. Oh, my cousin 8 in Ijahoma. 8 in my cousin 8 in Ijahoma. Ashanti region.
The supreme of Ashanti region. And a 9 is Kadokufi, 1701. It's Kadokufi.
So 1 + 7 8 + 1 9.
8 no more wasting. Asantini Biera. we businessman so when you scan na supreme number we do it. And you are day. Obi catch us both soon be or so for boa. No way. And the Ashantis were born to control the world. And this goddess no any goddess no minimum.
Okay.
And goddess no you su
abro. Over to me do my cry be nim kakra bi ama me.
Goddess
no be ya e betimi.
The goddess no dey munim. Okay. Goddess no enim sadwe.
Okay.
And you be ano omu yi sa secret in the mabrofo no. In the mabrofo no omu ba anima no mu ye nyina no mu ye based on the goddess na ka kire omu. Enti that way 8 enti ne ma sa akwanhia no it was attempt to impress the Kufo but sima ka kire o say Sikajo Kufi is the supreme power of the world na sam Kufo we say no omu get the goddess establishment Abraham Daniel who in the book of Daniel abo otoso 9 no he say we are seeing na we no mu ye dia all the establishment ni na no omu abadwan we sing.
Okay.
Oh yeah, ohini na kon say we na bedu. Unentia. Unentia say we my bedu. Totobanto to sinsia abo. Yabeko
the 6 trumpets.
The 6 trumpet abo.
The last trumpet.
They say last trumpet until we say we no ma take over. We ase. Until say duru bia mudi ohene president baako akonya baako bibia no aduru ho because the system
o ha say no na bebon komo. Abaje drop the video na the voice message here.
And yeah, Papa can debate to physical on Saturday. On bet to one. And yeah, Papa can debate to physical on Saturday. On bet to. On bet to physical. As I'm said it on radio. Make my kanya first time I'm making it. So I'm saying this on record. On one can say to physical. On one can do easy so and so the call. Often go easy so. Delegates so do. Yeah. And the you say the who was say for now no worry and young papa can debate to physical.
Good. Voice we at your crofo so p. Na nyamencha the true voice is sitting before me this afternoon. 1:30 almost. Prophet rise for the choir.
Major Soli.
Bokodi.
Eradia Domboko.
Eradia shi. You try baby yakasa.
Yeah.
Woni na me boy no.
Me tie ba.
Una kan.
Me na me kan.
Wonu.
Me know me ho.
O kan.
Aden na mem.
Wan treat you.
Esa.
And what is what treat you?
Wan treat you.
Na wa hu na kan.
Me hu ye.
No train.
Wan train.
Then see.
Ali me da se bebre. Na me sha na won sha breaking news atifo nyina. One thing me nim kakra ne say o platform me a platformer. Say me kan say Ghana hadie. And titre yene e wokumase no. Wo gina breaking news so na wo kasa be bia obi ate. Canada ye me ankasa me ye ne supporter kese pa. Entimi ma se ye be kan asem tra na ye gya ho. Ya kan sa asem na ye kan ye gya na sa. And I saw it clear. Me hu no clear. Se ebebem. But one thing Ali say me catch us see say ubewu. Na mom wo ya de we ni we a ensi. Na wo kotu sa na mo na say ewu na mama me pa chama hye nkomtra na.
Baby,
say me catch us say fa no say bia ufi ha e kwa Sofia. Me se ubewu ubenya accident ewu. Ete enne bia ntuka anase bia enne hwe wo driving na wo drive yi na ubenya asem ama bia asem kese ba beto so a me pa cho betuka.
Obi an na so. Me dem ya so tie timi ntuka.
Thank you. Enti de we sitie eti asem no otenase nemo de wanye sitie nemo bo poso no betu na mo no se de ono ankasa nim de nya sate no okokofa enti ye kasa ye no wotie enti wotie no doesn't mean say one tutu ni say ya asem na kan no nemo ye kasa ye no enkrofo ni mpanifo bi wa underground mutie and the spiritually na de ne da ho ana man kan na such a way so wo twitu de akọ Bawumia so say no e no an nkrofo a o ma disappoint no enti no ye gina platform simpie no so kasa ye no edu baabi
Emma nkrofo tena ka say e true say ade we na so for bi dia beto abontin ti so wan hwe ni yi a e besi and to avoid everything they say I was say or cater for himself then no just me hunu yeah
meaning say or city
yeah me ankasa no and basically on say me can say me Bawumia yi me can say Bawumia ba we ni na mom no still no I do support Canada Japan. So we are doing everything think ye bibia man say be ya de oye bia befa but spiritually no na at the holder that it me can even boss from going taking me can say so or pray for a malko kra wonya or stand for malko kra wonya me ne boss for kasa me catch am say so pray for malko kra mpo a wonya na emom no etuotwe ne obetwe it is ya anya ho adwuma ne amon paye na se wanyi city ensem na ye ka no a ebesi it doesn't mean so much control well humi ne mo mpanifo course bi kra me firi hanom ko ye na course by me ba to no akasa ni nua keto ba ko ha
sorry ko no se tu ko ni
thank you when I'm gonna say yeah me ba to Raphael me ba to ha me ka chen o mo ka so me ka chen say me nka se Kennedy no ekitatu a wode ko ho me se bibi besi ama na twetu physical na die na besie ene say nkrofo mo na be disappoint no etimi kire makwa se me di NPP pani bi obewu a message some sacrifice no uza me kanipa kro kire wo se maka kire wo yeah enti kokoro some na different than the better video so kan enti adwuma no ene say de ye ho adwuma se ensi nye se besi na chese ya ben so obi tu car so fie konkran na okra se nyame bo me ho ban de me konkran bedu na se manya nkwanhia na se bibia me ko bedu osumdua me de aseda be manyame no obi so kra se nyame me ko akra babo me ho ban na de okoba ye no ba ko no okoba se bibia ensi no ana de okoya accident ne tie ko paye no one de na miracle de ne de bibia ensi no ana ye miracle na nyimo nya de ne tie paye na de ne tie paye ne de ne nyame antimi am protect no ne mo de nyame protect no ayi obi a okoba du osumdue ma asem na ensi timishan control
ene na course wo ma ba to yi
ene ma bebre o sadam ba ya wada se ya ene ni week me kan ho nsem bebre se de obi aye bia ba besi edu sa Wednesday no obi enu a obeye bibia be fa bi na maka to wo se adwuma bi obi aye bia no e oba bi aso means sama no se me se ba o me be de so ba president means sama no asem me ka to 2011 means sama no da so ntimi nya president no obeye just when 78 years so Benya president just when 78 years ntini nyima djuma obeye etikana di no ba bi so wa lusu ni nyina no akoye te se El Bernard prophecy ya nkofo attacking unim se omadi matama oh yes one guy bi wa Adum TV on ye the bedroom pensem mo na bibi ayefa na akwasinsi and something like oh I'll tell you minister for Roger sir yeah minister for Roger wadi matem fucking was me ya kromfo okay me ya kromfo na me de mafu nenam na me yawi me ni Roger yawi and enura ne tiyeye me ga no kra me ni mu no many but honorable meso asini so meso asini me na huni pakra meye oh ene de ofuru dua na to hwe wasi meso asini so because ali me din ohun ade ba ko a me mpene se me pese ni party me din a enye bone so ma yenya medjuma for so many years me will make us say we are the masters of the game me wonya medjuma for about 28 years ali wo mi asasre wa o yeah wo mi asasre wa enakura na meka enakura na ba mu kakra yeah it me free a continuation apostle Assemblies of God and sorry me esa tetemini asana me best start ministry it is so obi the only me be catch say me ya kromfo ali me ti a video so na make so I don't want to boast myself ade bia se meka se me wo say minimum the cost me wia minimum the cross so for bia ni Ghana ha ana say obeka so kura hemfo a time wo Ghana ha I tell you so for ni bia ni Ghana obetuma ka che me pain say okita hemfo chen me but ale dia me nya bi da say me di so for bi me di panimu bi ebeba me nya bi da so be ka so na me say me ya za me kura panifo nya titirifo Mumfa phone na mumfa marshal to say yisi former yisi boss na mumsa say me nante for so many years my phone club is an even one city da yanko ayi custom officer the whole Ghana ya mumsa say my phone abisan say me ya bibida ali mi won panifo bebre me nya me dwumam ade ba ko me nya bida do ba me chede betuma campaign say me de me yetidifo nya me fa me so ye bibi ma wa na ko abeda mase me de no no ena ko na me ye bi ahwe Pasa woni mi da beti ya ade me picture ato na o tell me say me ni Roger ye kromfo me say e bia Roger be ja masam naka ba me de o say me ni Roger ye kromfo me ya hwi na me ya de fu nenam me hwi awa de me ma ofie mesra de Sama koka say me say Bawumia say ontimi me di president 2028. Na me kase Bawumia ontimi me president 2028. Me say ma say me kano 2011 e Fox FM. 2011 na smart wo ho. Na Captain Smart e wo ho. On the interview me say interview we say good man and any producer at that time. On the guy be friend Abrampa. Omuna na producer at that time and on interview me say Bawumia so be try but na say abedi president I just won 78 years asam na maka no ense da but me friend me say now my sister finya me dwuma mu ye politician ana me say me nya politician me sunsun ni tumi anya me dia dum ye kura me no ale asem bia no ha me bia ma no be kan establish it I'm checking my records. So some bana me dia beto bonten a ensi da. Me wi me sa fa chire ma ye ho adwuma.
Ti e de na ka se ba me twetwe wanhwe.
Ayi kana de betwetwe am. Ana me ka cho say I was senior city a oye because ye betra afidie so kai ensam ne koi. Am what trust we say asam so no e be ye true e tawo so wo hye ne ho so na afen so no enkofo ati asam no am ne kasa ka chen say ma onye kam na asam na e ko se ne ye ka ade ato ho. Me one man be opening ba o frame e ka asam we kire me say me my o tu fa ko mo cha me wona me kasa because prof me je wasem di na de okay bia ye do betima ye bia na ne chira the phone nesi from can the twitu said here or man ebo outing bi enti nkotra fidie so nka emfa nkwaje wudin me ka sam we woni me ka sam we ka te ko na me say jina na me wra ho it is a meka no twitu no ne kese na be kese ali mabia na no ne mo die na wo se ye adwuma empanifo so ne kasa say na ye de abetudwa enti asam so koi asam no koi asam no koi eti me to hu se oya me hu se obi muse abraba muse akotwe picture na tagi di matem we afa di matem na nkofo de sanginam so oh na me ko we ko de no me emu mabam na I wonder why say Prophet Bernard Becker say oh you sorry about the prophecy or the ama na ANC well who na dey clear Kennedy will still lead the NPP party. No, me nya adwo so pacho. I didn't so pacho. Nyame say.
Who defend the prophecy?
Yeah. Nyame say.
That mem chese nyame.
Nese Bible no bi asiwom.
Cha.
Bebre. Yon come say bebre sisi Bible ma up to ne. Bebre su am I. Up to say me no ka say come say bebre e wo Bible ma am I. Nese nyame ka so ko say Sodom and Gomorrah. Ananya on kai oso me ko se Sodom and Gomorrah okoy na Abraham sorry ginai e ko predict senti se wunya nipa be 30 wo be se nana o se me se no o se ne mema onipa 30 mema onipa 40 o se me nipa 40 dia me se no e ba ya be si nipa 5 e ba ya be si 5 yes nyame na yesum no nyame timi sisa na dwene at any time e to betime hu na asem naka until now we say but we also bet now say Kennedy me fa de na na and obi aye na dwuma until long last do ye adwuma ni yie no and na re ne ye and in the realms no obi anim say Kennedy de e da homa no but ba me trans say de no or trans ba me so we vice president our nim kwan of fast so or baby any soon to me or firm any name of the cry or the better nachi. It refuse obey John say Kennedy mam take it or he took control over him on Tiasia. Into underground no adwuma bi kɔ so sunsun sɛm bi kɔ baabi nti sɛ Kennedy na ntimi ama Marini ano nkyɛ sɛ Kennedy ntimi bedu brebi me say asɛm American mo nkɔ so market to sɛ Kennedy be lead NPP Bawumia will never lead Bawumia will never lead this a party
better than Bambusa
sɛ wɔn na Bambu
the leader of the party
Bawumia Bambu
he's not the leader of the NPP
ɛna gye so mo kura ne yie. This one crab Bawumia ye because Bawumia me say asem makan last year our radio stations me so say there's near be the home no a bad thing say onye sa adwuma na ontimi da Bawumia nya save one onye save one na that save na onye nti a bad thing me say Canada be ye nto no so aba o ye nto no so aba o be take control o do ma o ha ye nto no so aba. I also grant interview bi on the KSM and I say when you be a new year say wa ba bi mu da enne na my video na me hwe enti ofi say two am dey ntina so on trust obi abiem so on trust obi anymore e wona bra bo mu biem e free da ohun ni say ono an crofo omone nam no sa omummum na disappointing no two fi say kan niam bi ankoso a nka susu am pa say kan susu Canada nkade no be was spending a lot. I didn't rush any pump, but nipa disappointing. And Bawumia Jumana, I want a new so on try, sir, Sadian or Beya, Mr. Bawumia be the president of my women, this one 78 years. The 70 years is one year for the monk calculation. I done so. What was I see? Oh. Done so much one wants to say Kennedy take control. Messay young control by me, you know. Enter El Bernard, who ya na all your announcement. Now only the prophecy way no air back when say how to present so those he cast some naturally pan. That's the most important thing. Tis me who say with tia chia. E be I was saying can in a way say be a bedu brebi. Ade win about 20 bema we see aba ba say wo so ni sani pan sani bia what declare aba no ade ama no say na bia na bibi wa chira e wo se ni pan wonye nwiye e na bia wo so ho de ekura wo ntimi nya sa adwuma ne mfama no nti wo be declare ne ba wo kene bia obi ho de so chen ti nkrofo ne ekura ba wo miansa no mo ho de ne omode ye adwuma no eye Bawumia de ne da ho in the realm say o cosroba form obefa me say boss for interview me catch on place Kennedy so o stand for Melku kura onya e was omo eye omo yemu onfa
abusha fo akasi madunum na no mienu abo mo somfo ali dan kambare me na menua
I was another first time I'm a revisit over.
Variance of 24-hour operations. One can decide to do 122, one can decide to do 133, but that doesn't mean that it is still not a 24-hour economy. So at the end of the day, please, I listen to you in silence. Why are you jittery? Why are you jittery? We have just started and you are already struggling. Just keep quiet and listen. Mr. Speaker, we were in this country where we were already building schools, but we still set up a law, an authority that was set up as the GET Fund. Was it because we were not building schools? We were in this country when our district assemblies were developing our communities, but we came here and set up development authorities. Were we not building toilets that you were building with authorities? So what do you mean by the fact that an activity is already being... If you want to undertake a policy that is intersectorial, you need a coordinating mechanism to ensure that all the agencies that are participating in implementing that authority or that activity work together and get coordinated. That is what this authority is going to do. Because when we say 24-hour economy, 24-hour economy is not the same as agriculture. It is not the same as industry. It is a mainstreaming activity that you find almost in every sphere of life. So you find 24-hour economy in agriculture, you find it in industry, and you find it in services. As a result of that, you need to coordinate all those activities that you need to create the enabling environment for those agencies and institutions to be able to implement 24-hour economy. And that is what we are going to do. And you are beginning to shiver because somehow you thought that 24-hour economy was going to be your Ghana Beyond Aid that never had a policy. You thought that 24-hour economy was going to be like your free senior high school that never had a policy. You are trying to think that 24-hour economy was going to operate like your one district, one factory that never had a policy. Your digitalization that never had a policy. Today, we are walking the talk. Today, we are implementing a policy backed by a coordinating mechanism that will ensure that whatever we want to do is well thought out and implemented and funded. And that is where NPP will remain in opposition for the next 30 years because of 24-hour economy. Mr. Speaker, unfortunately, it appears people did not even read the memorandum that came with the bill. If people had read the memorandum that came with the bill, they would have been clear what Cabinet and the government of Ghana wants to do with this authority. And it is not our fault that you don't read. The fact that you don't read is not our fault. But please, I would ask you to go back and read the memorandum that accompanied the bill so that you don't embarrass yourself before the people of Ghana. You don't come and make arguments that are not supported by the facts. And that the bill itself has a memorandum which explains what the government wants to do. And if you are minded, you will go and read it. Mr. Speaker, what this 24-hour economy and the authority is thinking of doing is to ensure that we create an environment that allows the private sector to take the commanding height in the implementation of this 24-hour economy. We want to make sure that at this time, when the government has already set the environment that promotes business, interest rates are dropping like you have never seen before. Inflation is all over the place, and exchange rate today is something that you dreamt for 1,000 years and you can never do it. So this is the time. This is the time that businessmen have confidence in the economy. This is the time that businessmen can raise money at a cheaper cost to implement 24-hour economy. This is the time that it is cheaper to import capital equipment from abroad because the exchange rate is lower. Mr. Speaker, at this point in time, it is very clear that my colleagues do not understand when 24-hour economy authority is talking about human capital development. It doesn't mean that we don't have education in Ghana and that we are now going to set up STEM. What it simply means is that you must work with industry to ensure that our training institutions bring out the caliber of human resources that we need. And STEM is one of the key drivers of that agenda. And that doesn't mean that we are implementing STEM because there was no STEM. It doesn't mean that when we talk about science, it doesn't mean that we don't have science education already. But we are trying to make sure that science education is utilized to implement the 24-hour economy. And Mr. Speaker, it is important for people to read and not express ignorance when they haven't read the matters that we are discussing here. Mr. Speaker, it is also very clear. It is also very clear that by the time we finish passing this bill, we would have an enduring coordinating mechanism that will plan, that will organize, and that will make sure that the funding of 24-hour economy is provided to achieve the objectives for which His Excellency promised the people of Ghana. His Excellency promised big push. He has delivered it. His Excellency promised. He promised to reset the economy. He has reset and fixed your mess. Mr. Speaker, he promised a 24-hour economy, and he is here with a bill to set our authority to implement the 24-hour economy. Mr. Speaker, what else do you want? Mr. Speaker, what else do you want? We don't expect you to be happy because this will keep you in opposition for the next 20 years. And it is the reason you are scared. Mr. Speaker, at the end of the day, Ubua is roaming in Kumasi. Mr. Speaker, the Accelerated Export Development Program, is meant to ensure that even as we are using gold to create the forest that we need, and we are processing gold with refineries, we are also making sure that 24-hour economy deliver the volumes that we need in order to export and generate the resources to fund this economy. Mr. Speaker, 24-hour economy has come to stay. 24-hour economy will develop an authority. And Mr. Speaker, in the wildest dream that NPP ever came back, I will not be surprised that my good friend will be lobbying to become the chief executive of that authority. And yet today he is here pretending that he's against it. He's pretending. Mr. Speaker, I now understand why they wanted to raise quorum. They knew what was coming. Mr. Speaker, when we were talking, I was quiet. You see, if you cannot fight them, you simply join us. We have more seats. Come and join us. It is not about shouting. It's about listening to me and listening to wisdom. That is why I did when I was listening to you. It's the reason I noticed that you didn't read the memorandum. If I hadn't listened to you, I wouldn't have known that you were speaking out of ignorance. So listen to me and learn something meaningful so that we can improve this bill. Mr. Speaker, I want to encourage my colleagues that they should be counted. They should rise and support this bill so that we deliver 24-hour economy. We improve their constituents. We give their constituents jobs so that at the end of the day, when they receive calls from their constituents for jobs, they will not be run away, because 24-hour economy will assist them deliver those jobs to the people. Mr. Speaker, on these few words, I would like to thank my colleagues, but also to thank His Excellency the President for keeping faith with the people of Ghana, for not living like others who promised and never came to this house. He is here to make sure that the people of Ghana knows what he is talking about, and to deliver a program that will develop this country as he has developed, just like we found with the gold board. They were against gold board and walked out. In the end, gold board is saving Ghana. We are hoping that you don't walk out on this one. Please don't walk out on this 24-hour bill like you did to gold board, because this will be a game changer, and we know you like to walk out. So my honorable colleague, please don't walk out. I can see him wearing his glasses. When we bring this bill, don't walk out, because this will save us. Mr. Speaker, thank you very much.
Yes. Owie na kwadwo ponkoma sorry no se David masa asema akeka no any document dem enchechemu amode ma Ghana for 133 adwuma baako 3 staff ombeko 3 shift anya no na mode document na ba eye bureaucracy ti kwadwo ponkroma.
I first want to lay a proviso before I discuss about 4 issues from this side of the House. First, Mr. Speaker, is the fact that this bill that was brought came to us on the 3rd of December 2025. This bill, the 24-hour economy authority bill, is supposed to be based on the 24-hour economy policy. Mr. Speaker, at the time this bill was brought to this House, the policy document was not before this House. In fact, it was yesterday, on the 4th of January 2026, that the policy document itself was brought. On the 4th of February, I beg your pardon, 2026, that the policy document was brought. So, Mr. Speaker, Parliament has considered this bill without the benefit of the policy document. And this is what we discussed earlier, that you are building the first floor before the foundation. Mr. Speaker, today we will cooperate and work with our colleagues, and we mentioned to them that we are not opposed to this bill. But we would like to implore them that going forward, the remaining policy documents must come to this House before the bills come, so that the consideration is done in tandem. Mr. Speaker, let me deal with the 4 substantive issues that we want to raise on this side of the House. First is the fact that we are of the view, respectfully, that a 24-hour economy authority is totally unnecessary for the purposes of delivering a 24-hour economy. And we say this with great respect. We don't mean this in a disrespectful way. Mr. Speaker, 6 of the biggest cities that operate 24-hour economies, New York, Tokyo, London, Bangkok, Dubai, Berlin, none of them started off with a 24-hour economy authority. In fact, it's only London that has a commission years after the fact to attempt to support the functioning of a 24-hour economy. What this bill does, contrary to what it advertises to the youth in this country, that the government promised a 24-hour economy and they've brought the law for the 24-hour economy. What this bill actually does is that it sets up a bureaucracy, an authority with a chief executive, an internal auditor, hundreds of staff, board. They're going to ask for a budget and spend. But with the greatest of respect, this authority does not deliver a 24-hour economy in any way. And so, Mr. Speaker, if anybody is under the illusion that what the government has done is to bring a bill that will give life to the 24-hour economy, we would like to serve notice, and notice is hereby served. This bill does not deliver a 24-hour economy. It only sets up an authority, a new bureaucracy, which will not deliver a 24-hour economy. Mr. Speaker, if it is about the accelerated export development, that has been mentioned by my colleagues, there's already GEPA, fully funded, working, opening trade houses in other parts of the world. This is not the body that will accelerate export development. In fact, this ends up being a duplication. We don't want to say it's just going to create jobs for the boys, for those who have not been appointed in government so far. We will say that. But this is just a duplication. If it's about export, accelerated export development, it's just a duplication. It is neither going to create a 24-hour economy nor accelerate exports. Now, Mr. Speaker, some of the earlier colleagues on the other side claimed that they were shocked that we were suggesting we haven't seen what they promised reflected in this bill. And we are shocked that they are shocked. Because, Mr. Speaker, when they advertised the 24-hour economy, they had a very clear and ambiguous definition for the millions of Ghanaian youth to hear. They said they were going to introduce a system that will allow people to work around the clock, 1-3-3. We remember the launch of your manifesto when His Excellency the President, then candidate, had the clock behind him. 1-3-3. One job, 3 staff, 3 shifts. Mr. Speaker, we have read this bill from clause 1 to clause 28. There is no mention whatsoever from clause 1 to 28. There is no mention of an around-the-clock working cycle. There is no mention of it here. If there's any Ghanaian youth out there who labors under the apprehension that what the government has brought is about 24-hour working cycle, please read it. It's not in it. Honorable Adongo attempted to give us a variation that 24-hour could mean 1-3-3 or 122 or something. Whichever way you keep it, Mr. Speaker, it is not in this bill. So again, the claim that this bill is going to enable people work around the clock, increase productivity and create more jobs, this bill does not respond to that. It's a fallacy. Mr. Speaker, now let me go to the issue of agencies. In their manifesto, they actually listed agencies that they were going to have work for 24 hours, DVLA, customs, etc., as has been mentioned. None of these agencies is mentioned in this. Not one. Not one. AG. Not one of these agencies is mentioned in this. But if indeed this bill is to compel government agencies to work around the clock, you should be listing them here. None of it is here. In fact, Mr. Speaker, if you read the functions of the authority that they have listed, please permit me to read the functions. Section 3. Promote the optimization of volume, variety and quality of products produced in the country for domestic consumption and export. Is that 24-hour economy? Promote the development of micro, small and medium scale enterprise sector. Is that 24-hour economy? Promote the role of micro, small and medium scale enterprise. MBSSI was doing that. Is that 20? The closest you will find is in subclause K. And it says, propose the incentive regime applicable to companies operating in the 24-hour economy value chain, including fiscal and monetary incentives. What is the Finance Ministry doing? What is the Trade Ministry doing? So, Mr. Speaker, this authority they want to create, with the greatest of respect, is totally unnecessary if the purpose is to enable the economy function for 24 hours and allow people to work around the clock. The 133 they spoke about is nowhere here. The agencies they've mentioned politically on platforms is nowhere here in this bill. Mr. Speaker, the minister responsible for roads said thousands of jobs have already been created under the 24-hour economy. He said that a few minutes here ago. But out of respect for the rules, we did not want to rise up and challenge him. We would have been pleased if he had given us examples of those thousands of jobs that have been created under the 24-hour economy already. This is a house of records. How can you say that today there are thousands of jobs that have already been created under the 24-hour economy? Then why are your youth complaining that no jobs have been created? Thousands of jobs have already been created. Mr. Speaker, that's a palpable untruth. He went ahead to say that there are already contractors that are working 24 hours in Ghana. Mr. Speaker, I would have been happy if he had named one. We would have gone there at 2 a.m. with our cameras to find out if he's really working 24 hours around the clock. Let's not do this. Let's not do this. Mr. Speaker, the real reason for which they are promulgating this authority, and we have come to that view, is just to buy time. From January 2025 till February 2026, the 24-hour economy has become a hoax. And they know very well that it is not going to bear fruit. So what they are doing is creating an impression in the minds of Ghanaian youth that we are now creating an authority. The authority is working. They are now starting. It is coming. It is not coming anywhere.
Yes. Because I listened to all the MP for FIA, MTNDC, MP, Zebela. I listened to all of them. You see, Mukaya, yeah, Zoom, no, and your Zoom, yeah, live, no, in December. I feel that the government is delaying with the key policies. Women Development Bank, 24-hour economy, any other. You see, the 23rd video, now, the social video, is the oldest video on the channel. Just go to videos, oldest video, you see it there. I understood the 24-hour economy to work using Pestel's model, you know, SWOT analysis, all these models you use to assess people, policies, and all these things. Because I understood the 24-hour economy to be an incentive-based policy. What do I mean? Say, abane bema insiachi bebia, and no bebo business yam, amo medimi tintim, na business di bien and krabatema, obefe nipa, and on yom be juma. About government sector non so ye behwe agencies biana problem ho birth and death ubekum ope ade de passport or birth certificate e beche o metima run 24-hour economy ana Certainly, DVL. In fact, my colleague Umaru Sandane, Jerry Ajololo, popular MC, Omunina testify about I think Adenta DVL, Juma 24 hours, passport office, any idea. So all these things are why huge I believe the 24-hour economy as far back as 2024 was a good policy. But you see, at 2025 budget, no dedicated 56 million. I thought they will use gear, baby of mommy with Mago, former Margaret Ansai, Ghana Enterprise Agency. They already have the stencils. They already have the industry experience. Must look. Go for certain in 2005. Yeah, use one for 21. They build channels to go to the district. Yeah, but the answer you utilize this Canada. Abaya between 401 million in the 2026 budget. I'm acquire 457. See a full-fledged bank. And I said that pick the data. You see, we need to be guided by ADB. Today, ADB is one of the worst performing banks. It's a state-owned bank. NIB, West. Pick the state bank. They are not performing well. The Nigerian banks are beating them. Access, Cow, Bakuye Free South Africa, Amalgamated Bank of South Africa, ABSA. They are beating them because of these things. So my thinking was that Ghana could be a new bank in so become government bank. Liaise with the government banks. Create a dedicated desk there. Na man enkoje. And na Gabi program awoye. Tina na me videos too peno. Na me shwes had any na. It was established. And John Kuma has even shared that data with me years ago. Over SMEs, small medium enterprise. Emma me budua no mo ye ya single mother. They are shy creative doctors and professors. 52% are owned by women. Yes. Intusha budua ye duma ye small medium scale emu so kese sa nipa mienu bi na ye okokwan so beton ade innovation or dey ni bibia SME ni ade ni na dodo na ma enti oba ba bi ba na okaso be ye women development bank amemma mo credit ye papa. But I don't think you certainly, because it's women development bank, you need to create a fully fledged bank. There be used already established models. What is banking? Banking means certain transactions you are giving to people at certain exchange rate. Almost 1 year, you trim 1 year. Women development bank that way. Minimum capital requirement, Bank of Ghana. Just Google 400 million. It means that the 400 million must not be deposited funds. It must be the funds the government of Ghana is ready to produce. My country say 477. Into the minimum capital requirement in the career by Juma. You better set up offices, assassin, desk. We use 16 regional capitals. What is the cost involved? What is the cost involved in staff? But to put dedicated desk, bank no wo hode da. NSS person be take home forms in the BBA. Ni pay na 799 no. Yen fa bi kan ma 1,000 Yeah, we dedicated desk. K University fees you to banks and omunko kriti K University bank na GG fees so there be oko bank bia omno ma yes accreditation okwa portal obi portal no obo K University index number ship what your fees no and one no K University will not incur extra cost when it comes to staff. K University will not incur extra cost when it comes to stationery, when it comes to goods and services. There be bank and staff run on no juma, then they give them some small commission. That is that. They already have the interface. You put it in. So I don't know why we are creating a 24-hour account. For me, my thinking was that Gusi Town, they are appointing a 24-hour economy advisor on a national coordinator. And it's incentives. DVL, then I'm moving here and when the 24-hour account. Oh, yet to me, baby, you grab so the pressure ni wo. A credit kumase and maybe a pressure. Okay, it's a moving here Ghana police will be our noble create to Ednaho. Say they will be musika. Okay. Mube here then be a light, sir. Be a ECG. We make sure I had a light certain time. Almost from the show system. That is all. I don't see why we are creating an authority, a CEO, deputy CEO, because already that office will run. They have goods and services budget. It will eat into the and time. Again, another thing that I'm thinking is time. Some agency, you say gold board system na edma. So say PMMC, and na America. And to kwai ba ya 2.7 loss near day. Or ba join New Zealand or Bekan. Or say they are still running the PMMC model. They are yet to run the gold board model. Nanka say what document in them. That is some agency gold board. So let's learn lessons from there. You could create a day where you tam ben a beba. Tam ben a beba for man kasa 1 month for feeling. Because 1 year is gone. Aka 3 years. You didn't do the manifesto or governments are not voted into power for 8 years. About 2028. They have voted for 4 years. So 4 years and 1 year, yeah, by idea with the 2 key anchor program women development. So for me, I feel that the government should just look at it. Media Minaya, national coordinator. These are my 3 solutions. A national coordinator Gusitano, very, very experienced. You can read about him. Go through that national coordinator. Private businesses, it's incentive. They don't even need to come to you. Let them pick the incentives. Let the guys go to them. Pick the data. Let them also give you their or expanding the business, the number of microphones for that period. Then they give them the end user fees. We talk about that video now. The end user fee can be done. There's something we call net metering when you do energy. There's some use solar, no timichim meter, say na solar, utimichim meter, and say na ECG. We can give them that net meter at 10. Obi chimbia nim. Obi chim sa meter no ecosystem so. Say oh, I know the nebia. You show from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. You have 5 CDs. You chim sa meter no kebia. You have 3 CDs. 3 CD no produce you saying. We production 1 year no produce you saying. The person no offer extra hands. Then that is it. I don't think we need a whole CEO, V8, deputy CEO, board. By the time I be criticized, where we know, and it's a key promise when it comes to jobs. So I feel that the government should really accelerate it and not create more bureaucracies. 3 is that I feel that we should already use agencies that are there. Find a way to reset them to achieve the same results. And I will use this to also talk about the Women Development Bank. 1 year, you want to say, a bien koso. Bien koso. Do you bank here cry via? Send the cantonment for fair, said ya. Kuma se baba he. Takrade. Sunyane. I have for go so. Dambai. You see, so go through the already existing channels. Just one coordinator to ensure everything. You don't necessarily need to set up a full-fledged CEO, deputy CEO board. It's too bureaucratic. Honestly. Because me shano emre 1. 2, you're a Gusitano experience and more than a national coordinator job na. Incentives. Incentives in 2 ways. Mostly industrialization. The issues are 2 kilowatts %, meaning that the cost of electricity. And the government said that they vary that for you if you sign on to it. It's simple. 3, the second leg of that is GRA, the taxes. And already at 2014 announced certain things in the 20. So let's activate it through those frontiers. I don't think we necessarily need, I'm not saying it's useless. I don't think we necessarily need the whole authority together with that gamut of operations and goods and services. It may delay, especially when the government has done 1 year. And it's left with 3, even the 3 years the crown. Technically, you started the dim in February. The government has shot 13 months. Yes, February 7, 13 months. Or 13 months. So, I don't know. I don't know what to also make of it. I think that they should go that route. But I still, if you ask me, yes, I still believe in the 25 income. I believe it's a brilliant idea. I believe that if you do it well, based on in 2024. And I remember I listened to Ato Forcing somewhere. No, that conviction.
Malcolm wanted to establish themselves here. Malcolm no one establish shop who did that. Inti omo no establish shop who ha.
You know finna Malcolm person or establish no.
Ah, so unse adwuma bi establish. Ye be ko.
Hey, enti bu amatete ye say, obi won mo ye sofo no kwaje dura. Na so down to me bu. Na ekum nipa. Na moja nti onya dom.
Ye be ko ho.
Obi so ya transport business the car to me hwiase. Na nipa ewu. No de adu adwuma no.
Yes,
no correct.
Yes. Bibia establish e kwara wo no establish no. This obe. Eya mo sisa no. Eya strategy no mo sisa no. First no, send no mo ye nie. Esrem fo ma no. First mo be start no mo use Liberia for.
Okay.
E ma no.
Okay.
Use Liberia for ba ha no. No mo company e be mote budubram ana be mote no.
Ho no mote.
Say ho no be fro se nkuja me ha o ma biem. Me ma challenge Ghana police.
O kwa yo bone.
O ma challenge Ghana police service o mo po mo fa research ni mra. Metimi a kire o man no ba bi bebre suso mo nko. O mo ko hu bi. A kire say sa de no. Minimum one guy o kube more than 15 e wo mumu.
Oye hoy.
O no so kan hu bi. Sa adwuma na no wo ye no. on a team of police people any
almost police for any be sawum
almost a movie because and me follow na ma one police officer stand on so e follow oh hu ye obama nche be ka chem say me follow guy me nya careful na we ni no change na the boss mpinifo nga dumachi enti onu ko hu ye ko ntimi nka onu mi pa na sa ga na ko 15 at the age of 23 years or their sacrifice
it's a kind of munya no yes so munya no kwa and obi na mistake no send bro mo
wan hu mo wie
and na nipa no odada no anase bia uyu hu kire na no asane ama
say na da dia kire me one froster area na wie ti sen hu mo wie
most of them can take come mo to the neighbor from Sembebre no
obu ho no 2 month isi kan kura ni na ahye no se entunim na ye di sa ni mo na chi nyina mo de nkofo ni nyina ye sa ni di echi sa officer na be ka kire me say menye careful no nko no so furu no ina obebi say na me so me de minim ni pa 15 me si minim 10 ono ko no ma me 5 no so
ena ye 15
enti omusa nya ni pa ni bi eso so free notness mana e free no for eba krukese be adwuma no obu oba yesi na siwa dodo na nti omu ba adwuma wo hanu ma priska atoto omu nyema omu de beko aware ase ana bi so okra wo kunu ene waba enti so betra ha na ne people so yen se oba adwuma anya sika atoto no nyema betom da bere mu nye nti memma ne take advantage obu okọ repu no afa obi so ya ho kire obetuma ya adwuma na adwuma sika onya no enso na didi nti bebe masemi no hinse ne ba unim ye society ne se na etie saka wafu to omoma
okay mate ho asem
se na ye ni se owo mafa ne se ebia mafa ne se agogurushi mefa wonya asem akra anase se mefa no wa nti area na owo no bro no so ye adwuma no se nyakoba ne sape unim nipa ne nyisi ye so sa nkofo we nkofo omumu no for no omu obi omumu he send nya ba ye pe on na adwuma ne say on no titi informations just na information na unim se omu de sa ka wa ba Ghana no de no di animu ba no e not na yes nti basi enye not sacrifice na no mutimi ye pan san say or link nti onyi se ni wie na no obi abanche so me wore aka kuma to mu obi obekoboboa wo nti omu de beba ye ho nkofo ni bi no majo nti omu gina ogina no ne tena ogina se wo faw no tena edam hospital be ko nyina no nko hospital ye be doctors ye the team of doctors the team of nurse ombe ho fie ho edu mpie obebi bia ma nti obehwe ni ofie ho nyina wie a ade obe ne se wo wo a no atakwara no in the sacrifice no ko in the year 2001 to 2004 na se otra ne nchen no hwewa we man 10,000 we man 100 million
wo ba no otra ne nchen
so no be hwe o no next
ubenya 10,000 to 100 million
se wan kasa so wo obi a wan kasa wo ne so da kwa na ba 150 million
and so 150 million
in the year 2000
I don't know on tena honom
da bi na on tena ho
so mo se wonyem na omo hwe wo life na bia uniska na hia kakra no ma peke
even komo nkofo ho mo so tete honom obi hu so mo so ye hia fo da bi omo ye nkofo na mo kofo mabo mo pa mo ti information komo mo se asumasi we enyim nti omo no mbe contact say nti be hu se onum se ye nkofo no me se yetimi ma assignment mi me bodanfo metimi bodanfo betan ofi enim be se 1 year se me research ama yes
omutum obi cheda yes bodam ni
abodanfo ehu bebre wo Ghana ha no bebre no ayadwuma ma CIA fo no SS4 me no be ko akwan a se onu obi wo court asem ye ba be for people wo dam hu da me kire kwan na fa so ye no
omutum ko fo people
yes
o evidence I would be proven
no
omutum be fa
yes and ask me estate developer wo hen no mabeto asase wo me bae no me se meto asase e mba e strategy onu ba ne say oh me person me develop mom be factory mom be system mom school adam mom be ya mom na ti say the wa ba say I say NGO bi ana say obi o ya do ye bi ha ntunumu na ka che so we dey me di kan to be 50 pro na 50 pro na me to na ma si Sudan e ho na metena o down for no
arentia
sa 50 na obeto ma no obegina so obe receipt di ama no ye won ko fo obetimi san hin bi signature maka yo say kromu ha no obi o san signature ma atufuo wo san beba obewie nu adebe
omo ye den
ye wo ye group nu ye won ko fo a omo no mo ansase side no o pe se be ko omo wo ha aje na 2044 no mo de ba no ye won ko fo omo ansase side no mo ni landguard fo ni adwuma ye gigana ni asase a ye tomo hoho no because hoho no ba ko fa no nyonko hoho abante obi ba ne de ba bi ene ko tranya den sa nkrofo no ye nkrofo mutumi san hin bi signature okromu a enti your machines so I prepare cyber and denture within 24 hours you betumi sign paper 1 week time you betumi release asase because your nkrofo lance wa omusa ye nkrofo 1 week
enti mutumi san hin bia
mesi otufo nkwa paper
otufo nkwa na mutumi
san wo san a ebeba hu correct adebechi na asesa na ase ahaba
really
the power of skajokofi opa so we people sa o code lance akọ redisa ebeteku be 1 year 2 weeks etime ni ngina ma your group e de bomo inteno na ahono mudi pusi agenda 2044 ta group we make police form judges wom lawyers wom o Ghana
mo plan so mo jeje nsase de ama
awoho no yes te Ghana ni na sase na wa brato no enti wo ye Ghana ni unu obi ko crash wasase ho emfa opipa ne nko so odu pipa ne ko ni ehu pipa na
say ye genuine one
de here date nu oma waktima koye foforo the next day alpha date na wo de no de ne 2015 na o de ne be ko bia 2000 that is what bitu
obi won mo se na mato asase o hen na meto won nsem but obi so de the same papers aba o hen krona na ato ama no ti ebi wa na nya hen funa
most of the time nya hen funa but signature na no ade enter confuse no
okay na ade na wo to asase ma wo ya wasa to ama we na kwa confusion
ai ni
wo san krofo no wo mo krofo mo so akwadale wo signature eye wurade
see your machines ai betimi atena ko fodia apeka asase wo central region
hey seriously
enye ni pakuto na mesi kruwe baby ye duru no yete bomb so bomb ene yete so da abeka se be boom na sankofu enwuma o ye nyina no century fomiensa ena lead o mo very powerful in this country because so no munya samo a sika free sankofu ko police aba mo asem na efoshin sankofu ndeko
one CIA ana one SCS for no binya asem
because say asem ena ye wo mon kofu bi so a omo de omo adwan ni group we omo adwuma mo ye say omo bu nkrofo oseme de obekwa buruchire meji krata ya ma me esa ma onsanka oba report na ma police obetwa kwan sa no abre omo ye members untimi nyane da police fo na de komo mo no mo dika ku hu mo de daada
ten ko we
na o de ko
odo ka baba port wo ka no yesi abeduru esi emeduru ye unim portin se ka na ba na sika ye bato so no obi won mo ben nante ho a ya fa ka ne mauda
unya da ya 2015 2012 asantini bi no emobo o crackers bus bi American bus bi no kokko bi a black school for mu tayi super ni nose no ewa ne ewa hwene kakra
enye ni ton Ford
o crack bibiri ni under bus bi de buy na so many cars edinu ye baba aka wan ye ne baba to aba so wo abofra bi na hu se amango se mu oni mu pa apamo no o ton cars tie mi woko fa cars fa buchire ba se wo weka bi na hu se wo ye politician bi party seme ne da pamono unim kwa fa so
adentia
ye linki boys omom ko fa cars ne ba no ye won ko form wo no ho a wotimi be kire nsa suma siwinsin wo cars ba na wo cars 10 2030 na eba eni say study uni hu say ebia ye say ndisi ne also say bia wo MPP sponsor MPP fo a kwan do fa so ni wo car ne be ba no car no unim se car na ba wo information sa ba hu obi ho obekwa ha yesini akwa ha okofo ba bia unim se de car be kunu ni ho ye de akosie
urade
the agenda ne say ye pese ye mbo fom
ye be ya unye sponsor
sa party no wo de wo pane say e bia wo sponsor party no not because of say wa dwumbo no wochi ba de ni sa party no mi organ han ba ko yo man de ba ko ne the goddess of Rivertime dia party mi organ ewuru no ba ko yo man dia ba ko the goddess of Rivertime dia nti say pe mi no resources a bi apie o han ma omu make sure sa part sa time no be reggae election through network in this country nti ya menko de mechire wo no so nti no wo kofa ka na ba no workers na wo ho no aliki information no nti wo be hu se wo cars ni nu bo na de babo no ntimi ntua na numre gine ya de ya akire wo ya na achama party boys ohini bi wo central region onu di eni buche onu se no moton car no baase no 2015 2012 2013 2014
Uni pan bases no
baase no moto na wo mu no moto no 70 cedis
moto bay
moto ye twi nketwa no moto no 50 cedis akase no moto no 70 cedis car papa ye trim private car taxi saloon car no moto no 500 die wona nimu no 700 baase ne 5000 me na ka kire
ocean on ocean
se wuntimi ntua tama be ko kire se cars ni nu na num na ebo na da so no o say se numero gini na eden na acho
this is very bad oh
dey your man no unim the agenda wa kire to bring Ghanaian businessmen down enti maka kire se politicians o aba o kotu ba ku buum tankofo na targeting so many ni president da because a disaster mom so be the president but a positive in Magana
ya ngura the scamming and when mun ya de Ghana ya wadwontofo a yenimo mo se omo nyom omo to no minim sika minim I stand to be correct media nim kakran say sika untumi nye sika betumi dia ye japade toto kasa hodo bi but yenim adwontofo bi wo hono mo a ene sinitwofo bi a omo sika o manya no ya na medwene ho se aso omo so for the scam no binum wo mbi ana binum so SCS no mu bi ana
ye lenko mo e be lenko mo de akwasore
okay
but a new structure say internet fraud no say boys in time you no he say new strategy aba ye no new strategy no new structure aba sisi ano a media house churches ena sa anumtufuo no ye yom sana e mankofo no ni gihu passion na timi attract mo de aba
chirewiye
de omo yin sisi ani they say kwam new aba sisi omo yin ni ye media house ni bi Ghana hanom omo de ono no owokuwe mu onton koken onye okot onye etumtum bia omo from game changers say aban aba aban no ya ade onya ade omo adwuma mba ya ne say omo mankofo hu say aban na bonu modin na contract bia government ne bema omo percentage omo loan bia be ko je oburochire omo percentage omo omo ye percentage share and this only see dan this dan dan we are dan wosoro enya ban no ko na risk no your percentage akomo enti ye Ghana ye project ya kosoro no omo ye from game changers omo de ne se omo de omo ka a kire wo a Ghana ni a wa bontin tie nu omo ka sema be wo dem watie se na be oboto abama sa mo candidate ni esan se mo na candidate ni ti so no mo na no mu nwa musika because bibia obebia no your percentage ya den e kom ho. Let me give you one example. Say aban sponsor efe sisi. Say oji GTV. Nya man dia. Nze go your mind do man sika e ko bo obi a. Nka your man ko edwuma ku ne de mom. Ye de koma private. Kare no.
Okay. And you know church no so I forgot you buildings ne
near. Me church say Sakawana church mu na de akọ.
Sakawana wo church mu.
They say church near the big industry in Sakawana. Unu nentia.
Adentia.
2024. Ade a mo de ko pre 2024 to me no e prophecy.
2024 they say
2020 agenda 2044 agenda 2044 now mo push no.
Okay.
The do mo big agenda pan betime mo succeed no e prophecy nkom hye.
Saying
prophecy no omo prepare nyeso mo prepare mo ho adifo a o kase ne o kire bewu we mahu we say eyowu a ye be poison e de fa Nigeria ndeba kan hu se eku we America ho asem so ye wa ahyewofo ahyewo ni Ghana menya so hu kekewu bebre adwuma sia yefo na the time ye poison ye mfa nwa aduane so eye ne lips no etimi ne rubber to so etimi ne rubber eto so lips no so ye wi a ebi so mo de tunu nufu ano position kese bi Ghana ha obenya tiyare eye sa poison bi no de ma no
wawu ana
da bi wote ase aba omo kwekro kan bi
omo report na eto na no
omo be lips
father no a
yes omo timi opeti e de lips omo ade ko mbetimi nipa na ahye aba ho bo hu se oyere be ni onu a entinu
ni e hu na movies mu no rare
rare me say adwuma no enyi nipa keto no mu nipa omu no me say oman no omu be research wi a enkofo mu ye potential nkomu nim de bo oman no makfa omu
enti omu a wo mu no ya akesefo
nim difo ye kache so we hwe ye odimbu a me boche so no ye mu leader ebe shoku ni nua mampanin ebe shoku wo sika ebe shoku but ono banks na collapsing na ono no ye tibrekese anu odim na omu ye big industry na de amoye asofo de nie sei omu si asoda kesie anya sofo ni si IIF no
international internet
process no omu sika bi wo ho no omu bo sika no be 10 billion ni si asane kesie ademo obi sa asoda na o si no de ma wo no o prophecy ngina no ebe target omu candidate for agenda 2044 na omo start ono direct ye be mo candidate be 6 obeton we ye to a on say prophecy no say obeton we ni be wini we ni ba so ho anu ma before bi we sing we be di everything be di present we oba be say we head oba be di present we head omo ton no because be can in ahead ton na omo ton no omo ton no nya ono ne ye mo target o omo target ne wo ho but omo ton we ni ko photo na manfo be nyene onum gidie endudu omo target na na ton no pe no ko fo nyina de akiri papa we aka de no
se difo no be ka se nipa ase mesi betima wini we be president a e won so so ana
eto aba papa
really
oh yes ba ku bi ye opunyopu ni din ye
oka ho asem na
wonam tv so media house be hunu anim guase na ode be kofi ni mu no omma bontin kanche Ghanaians wine sponsor no because aba omokoto yi obako mo we the greatest one no omma maniska so on 10 results ye ni mo
okay enti omo de scan sisi asodan no de no omo a de amasofu bi
no kita
ento no so for no so no omo be discover no wo ho
so for no mo hu say oyo potential in future obetimi home because so for back pipe botimi say niema unim say so for wo Ghana obi emu ni da ya kase bo so 400 ko mu ni da na so oman no direction say no oman nko ono nyankopon de ama no
onim no
kita ni sesi
onim no
okwajiman living here we
okwajiman with the direction.
Ghana ha obi no busa asofo no. Obi aman no. Ye mfa no. Oh, obi kwa timi hu no dress say the direction of the country. Ne ho no. Awonim. Say Yankopon a kire ne so aman fa ko say drawing say ne nyema kwa won nchen. Osofo ko de man living your way. Omukusi na National Cathedral. Abrofui the goddess ne man won say omukiyie because ne osofo numbu ha so mo no mo bom paye ho a eba nhyira ama oman no. The National Cathedral na yewu ne momuni de obobom paye no. Esan sin de no bobom paye no. Wu be hu ne se National Cathedral na eye tumtum no mo lanche. Yen nim se tumtum no mo be lanche ho.
Na tumtum.
Amen no. Na ya san awie.
Na tumtum.
Oh yes.
Asem we hunu me kai. Me hunu me kai. Enti sa
enu ti na ne party for ne ko ho no because we also CDC sa na check Cathedral no wa ban be transfer check.
Ten crofon agenda no mu push.
Yes.
Betum de LGBTQ+.
Ebeba.
Ewura man.
Onim so no de parliament seat buy. The Frasta House is a shrine of Sinon Road. The goddess no shrine in Frasta House. Enti you be a ko bia no asay.
Who are doing popcorn to me for more man?
Yes. Unti fa more money da. India for the besi.
India for the besi.
India for any see. The India economy is belong to Sinamis and the Nimrod. Do all more man we hun tono. Into obesi dem o mo atrem ampene betrem e de no de hyase. Enkwara ahenu mu sie om. Goddess na kesan ahenu mu de hyase asene mu.
Asembisa.
Ai. Into tena ho no mu a. Na nanda kokufa do na mu nimu no. Onam ko hunu. Okotena ho mu hu onam hunu. Into hu ne second term no na difu bi ka say papa no spirit bi control na eye no kre. Na sofo na no omu sa secret no omu wu kwan bi a omu pom hwem de wu
bi mawu
asofo no mu raise sa points ne say Frasta House mampeni na nan kukufu ado asa hu bi on conference wu ye
me hu de but
Ghana for him because so you also be Ghana they will poison you ewie chire be fasem bi aka say okoka say ne say na ato no hwe
yanko back eti asoda no omusia oso omuhu sofo bi a obetumi oya potential
yes
obetumi ha omu in the nearby
future any obi so ho no ma onu bi so ho no oyo okom ho
dada
omo ye rituals inti asoda ni inti esi omu da kwa asoda no akese no sacrifice
adentia
say easy to make sacrifice ti asore
oti asore ya sacrifice ye nya oden
members na wo mu ni say wa wo dia
na no man bia so beje
one direction sika seje asa wo de bu asika no omo ye mu bu asika no na omo so ba chamam aya am check we me check numerology no ma bi na mom enso ni nyina wo de am check we wo nso omo mu nyina no omo wu am no ma na ye 5 or why sacrifice easy to make that sacrifice
really
oh yeah
etu dom na ho no odi bibia ma omo a omo tumagiti otubi gire no so edi nya omo kra
because sofo no wa ma omo hu dom no ehu ni se oye Nyankopon enti bibia odi ma hu bia no odi hallelujah o se ema na kwaso no bu sofo no se omo kunu no ntupa ni kunu kan chen se makwaji adobi aba no ane no o yare no be o sofo no kan chen se adu obetun di kunu anu sofo de no obu ungu
fraud no asori fie so no awura ho
omu nyina e ba ko omu nyina hia bom se okwaje power na de opeso de ye no
to bi ni de beti asori
edu ni internet first bit ho mo a onu ye close a na obi e preach a obetina ka cha suwe onu no se apa ntime kwaje a me pa me de beton ade ebi na microphone no be ye no ebe because microphone no mo establish who the goddess of the times o hold it down no mo ba ha no na business na enko na eso mo fa kwam su no mo gi onto mo yesa na o mo yesa no mo djuma no be koso why Ghanaians are going down nti saade no mo ya strike wo mo because me che se ba bi bera sika jo kofi wo sa goddess you ntimi operate order
ne si wo kuma se na okay
me come disaster no
ba first ba say mall bi so
yes. Aha, and then for 240.
Kumasi.
Oh mo na hye no. Hye Kumasi no. Message no ha. Yem fada baako. Eno de be say message no. Ye two screens so a na ma kire mase. Ye screen no ma hwede te see.
And also reason is here.
Oh yes.
Aren't
Before since I message ni mesi no. Na ma sana ma one generous bi say ade a ebe koso. Ni nyina ka sa enema akono. Sa traba woro e ka hu. Traba woro na omo ye ga ye go fi ba so no. Enye no nko amofo di akire so. Now currently they wanted to bring Ashanti Kingdom, the billionaires and the millionaires down. Send a bell kono sosidia omuntimi enyes kanto akode because omu wusika. In 2000 and last year February almost started sergeant dan me send some message ni nyina de ma century ni simi de bi akire o. Echere nse de ebe ko ni de ebe ku me kire on se me kire o nema no ma hye ma otufo wo de beto so da be ne beto so ne hwese ni nyina nsi ya list no free the goddess of Sinan Road ababa da Ghana ha da ba ni mampene tu kwan enipa ni din a mu no 9 Asante 47 aka Magdan on so nye careful me do obi adwuma fa youth me pa wasem
Magdan nye
yes on so nye careful on so din amu ba Ghana no mo de miensa be kan ho
na ye 12
and de miensa be kan ho omo de 3 ne kan ho no miensa ne kan ho no ba ko o Ashanti region ya me friend ka chen say hey listen bia bo wudi omu ye careful free koi de odi na chi no odi ono so team na odi mu free ho ko team we mu na ko tufuo ho no nge se mama wa muame o ba Ashanti region a o ye politicians ke se pa o TV station ni o agidi pa wono a me ka kire no mchenzo mba kire o ni ngina wa ha yenzo mba kire o Ghana ha eno mudi ni din kan ho nipa odi na chi candidate na odi na chi nu enkofo mudi sa candidate na chi nu eso so agenda a mu su sa candidate na mudi na chi nu e dey prepare for most next presidential ambition na mu nkofo bi so mu ye threat emom baako ene yes ha papa no baako ne David Boachi Bono is David Boachi because the fundamental of Ghana economy ne din kan ho omo mbitimi aye omani yie se ha ne yen to abanma obi a so be president be abrofo nim se wei nu obitimi buoman na manfaso aba ho no ne din kan ho
to honest odi kan wa na o ma start no mo sorry tia o
hwe aba omo koyi omo koto yi candidate ba ko kan ho a ne din ewom se maka kire o 2011 2012 obi treason ti no so sa research ni ntia ne part nankasa no century bia na one ni nya kasakasa part ne friend ka chen say omwa no ombo na kai person ngum part near trap because of ni na wo the whole world since the research of Sinan Road no obi timaye ni man yi a woduru 87% sa papa don enti no mu didi nkofo atem no akososo ni ese ni nyina no mu dey say no because of that research adentia na nkofo na party ni so no eso agenda
sa nipa no ne na my saying
ni regional ma why the power of June ai meba beka eniem obaba ye Ghana ansa na ebi omoto obama namba na waba
why the power of June
no bibia o the power of June so no 2028 election no elenki to 1992 election because omo kita one numerology number na obia o winning 22 no omo the power of June omo yiri I the first lady in Ashanti region me we ka kire papa no me be we ka de bi a kire mo me we ka bi so fa NDC ho because omo mi no mu bu man no ha yenye politics na mumu se anko yi a who ye Christian ni kura bekan the NCC NDC for very careful me we ka kire and the NCC NPP for so very careful me we ka kire with that man na make na sem no NPP pinfo no e wo privilege to that research way sa research we ntino mu yi bo achaja ko because we sa papa na bo achaja ko no third by Dr. Busakara ufu Dr. Busakara afejo maken owura dutum abeshino ena David Boachi sese kwa mu ni shi schools the kind schools no sese no Minister of Education adwuma omre command na trap NDC as a political party muntimi omani wa kase da ache no omo sesa adwuma no man because adwuma no omde man na Minister of Education enkofu we tu esika so mo nse no enti niema papa ne ye nne no ochina e ba betia no enti no mo ne koto wo no the reason we yi ni free minority leaders so say reason when maka kire o
Omabona to was one man that
me see so mu isi enkofo the fundamental of Ghana economy okan
Ghana was a young guy bi so eka ho
young guy bi so atwinity unim omo show ni shadow hu ni shadow but me wuro ma hu say oye nodness oye nodna oye nofunin enough ahemfuni beba oye kokko owa ofurabuchire kura owabuchire na nsen kura no oba
ono so potential with my boy
ono so potential enti who say your potential they will use your people to fight against you
back to fraud scam and sakawa mono chafi san youth na omoyenye skade dakasim 18-15 no other banks mu na no eno so wonya scan free
goodness na so
omo worship no
so osate am me chere so osate ma onye hwe osate a ye ma independent hwe mfun che wani kan eno osate a ye ode obu ho no a oni bruni ni beka bruni ni hu ni so ye se no oboa no ene ye ode obeka kire ne se me ye bibini me ye bruni be no ebibini me oba nso no ebema ye ono ho eno no de eno no omo ye ade ma wo ebi ye kawa obu the powerful authority okasa che na wote obu ananim ohun nanim odo beka che ne bia
obetie
aha na emum nya communication na woni ne community no this kind brew rituals na wo ye tia no enti se wo ye ne sa beginning no nya na no nya ne din a no mu di ne din na koma bosom no enti wo se omo ye sa rituals no dodo na sa baba befuo ene pepefuo na asirimufuo wunim senye enu angonafo na enyo mo omo mu free ben togo ene da home ukai adasu die no no egbeni ukai su hum to ai omo soja ni bi no adasu ni me adasu ho oh yeah obi bia no ekun Ghana police fo nim ananka nchiro obi ekun Ghana police fo nim
nim nipa ko
asi nipa we ni kun but the behind the power of that person musuru. Let me give you one example. I'm sorry. Somebody to politician be so. I say onu kun am sorry. Omo chi am sorry. Ni tiri respect. And as enchoni bi so sa politician no $15 million. I didn't know man chi am sorry. Nipa na sa twen say na case fufuro baba da politician so a way orchestrated plan because of the research about that central general politician me say the fundamental of Ghana economy
enti adentina ameswade besi nne ye nipa okono
yes because it who da because omunim the killer of Ameswale no hwe Ameswale wo me salute Islam for obesisan na nka wo nku Ameswale nka information de baba bonten no nka mo we bubutu
really
oh yes
obe free baby no wona na
obejaye sa adwuma no
okay
yes nipa omu akizi ni so no kunu ono na advice ni ska chen say life do be bia wo nim nto na gwe say oba babonten aba expose say na nne de me kunhu yen so me ka bi no na ka Ameswale sha ase so okasa kamuhu nsem so they kill him just to kneel that politician down because of the research no more fan no che ehu yema we se ohu se enti asemo ba ohu mumu se nsem se na aba ensem se na aba ensem se na aba ensem se na aba atobo ase ehwehwemu yi
enti san nkura na omo nyenye ska no yesa won so ye de omo wura goddess ni mu ano no
de onye ska na o nkwan hu so monye ska no se onu osu a on sacrificing the 5 obi wo 5 na hwese no moye sacrifice no obi wo a check in star ono nku nipa
adentia
ne star no omudi mojaye ma na nyi ndo omde ma no destiny
just
omo no omo fa oba omo pema nti no mo peba if omo onkofo kwa epeges de brob e wo se ebia tu de bia one ma ba miensa 9 num obu akwa up to 10 eso no mo die day saa ba na ono wo da no wo life awie no abra bosi
wasesa wo destiny
asa to no destiny no depend wo ho nti mo no ono no kosoro na wo soso ba fom
hey
unu se bidi ejanan
ane de ma
oh yeah me ba kokura oh be 4 days kwa me ni shia unu na wa tantan
odi toilet
eze
omo kum nipa ni bi
no dabi ono sacrifice no
amwa no se obeku nipa
dabi oku anya yi
toilet
o fa sacrifice anya di toilet eze unu didi onye uma bi o tuburu ba no okoje ni shishiro ra koro ra fam
iye wurante kofo bro
shie asofo nima ekoso nkofo abra bomu nimu etimi nua bi a wo tie mi adwuma wo ye no mo wani nko adwuma no ho ne ye ni yie na eno na ehye brema wo
osodi ya mo wani mmiri wadwuma
onim se emodoma no wo mo wani sodi wo bu se wo yo nyankopon obo se ne kra etie enti de mo sa ha wo de wo de wo tie biara obetimi ayema wa ya kese
enra ho konkon kase bi kire mi ya pon wa tonight no ya kwana me hu se boys bi di cars be twetwetwemu a eno ka yo se boni mo problem ne se mo hwehwe sika na so mo hwehwe nimde mo hwehwe no kore mo hwehwe tumi mo hwehwe sika na onipa ade bi a o ya na ekuta wo no hwehwe se wo beye ni yie wo ye ni yie a sika beba there is no way a yebeka se mercy obi ahia ne tim mu obo na kira kwan about tim mu
because okita bibi
anu na yempa kira kwan ya resika o de na wa odi pesika uni adwuma uso uni skill bia usiti nkira u pesika ti de na adi ko pesika no ama serious o
hwe u pesika
boys no omo nya mojasam no omo no ne ma da no ma for
destiny nti o make sure say no da bi obefa bibi wo ho
ono da for bibi wo
yes
obetima power se
power se bebre so o make sure omo pe beach dware ko
okay.
Because a year bia no I was so sacrifice oba etonsu beach ewu eti no mo kwa omo sankofo no of friend wa o mani on fro o ma wo fie dan to be anim Mbeko beach no afrefrem o no be fro o boys be fro so be boss bi pebu no ko beach o ko ba ko mba
ba ko beton so nim
so ndo be ko
ni ma wo wiase o na minim so what is asen we da Ghana adibia sori wa Ghana ha pa ya frano house party omo tumi ya na club na yeso wura wa man ye naked utumi ni obi e debi munu num nduro ni ade wonom ama mema no do oba na da onyo kono mfa nko sade no arise December hu
oni ma bi afiri
efe
amen kire wo won se o kan Bible wa Romeo and Juliet Valentine no se mo hu se Valentine no oni ntia mo this house pass number
adentia
Valentine nti me magina
like Valentine na o purpose bi anka o pese for failing
se Valentine no na Romeo and Juliet no omo maame no ebu na o damu no ene na enkofo kom naked wo kuro no obi afa obi a okom maka jo se Islam som maka na mo kono kaba na mukotwa ho no e wo over 2000 years ansana Muhammad eba enti mani twa ho so mutwa ho mo ye naked on hwehwe eno ena Valentine no ene sa house party ni nyina ba ko e the same goddess
enti wura wa se wo ye naked
yes
obi atum ni obi eda
yes na Valentine na megina because Valentine no e baaye no nso mo di Christmas no baaye na amanfo hu akiri nti Valentine na ntime megina no amanfo kasa won yisa amanfo ehu amanfo hu se nti house party no on be Valentine na nan
house party anytime mutumi yo omo ye man ye free mema obetueska aye urade ne ma wo wiase
wo man hu sa ne mo man ne se no
omutumi ya billboard enti pani bi atumi nsore enti asade
because pani na obeso enti asade no ono susu adwan ni be through another way is obekasa asem ne pe edini be ko hwe mama example one lecture bi organ ha say eba economist or you good papa sa lecture no in 2001 omudi no report echo ACH4 say structures na omudi push o ma we ko IMF no true sa technocrat no abetna TV stations ni mu no say economy na say conwe say no omoba no mo be hye say economy na bia na sa man no abe destroy the nsem mo kan nyina nti omko say oha adwuma no unu papa ko Professor Domfe in 2001 me this information come before so protect papa no because onkofo person mo assassinate no our first assassinator Musman by we take care of them. No enemy be because we need or kasa in favor of Ghana. Because we say in some unkofoni TV so can about the economy and yet the right thing and yet the crown into no back then the crown the petrol mo pa that is all same yuma they will come for you.
Eurade hu na ban mobo na onje ne mba enti sakawa sa fraudsters yini niema ye koshi emu na mpese koso a o eba no artist for omo agidin ye o maya bi wo Ghana ha o nhede hu adwuma omo ye na so kanse pa omo twi no ye wo dutufoni bi wo Ghana ha shows papa bi a obo na susika wo na taso no omo ina aka wana
aso for hu mari mo hu
ko ka presenter journalist for bi so ho asem so man na eden
o si makacho central ni bi okrumu a ajapade wo no ofurukuma se ne ko Greater Accra se wo kan sika o ko Greater Accra nyina bom se wonyi bi kwan to ade a entimi ntoka ba ko na wonu made o mo ye ma me kire wo they say asori journalism nu eno na mo move sa the spirit of sa ko yi na de akọ wonu ade mo ye nie ye wo rituals aye de ma no o kasem ne nkwasasem kra wo gitum obetra radio so asema wo ka no wo adwumu do mi say asema o kere doesn't make sense but na manfo adi akire nu wo kwa akokase we doesn't make sense wo kwa won da sonyam because I didn't hear ya man the power of tongue. Inti more na who preach the agenda of Smen Road abrofon hye no na more na no mo maniska. Ese bibi be ba do be kan nkofo be giatum nanso ne nye no kore ena sa musicians ne de wo hu se musicians ni nyina mo na sorry for ene link o ja ke we wo hu every some musician bia o mo ye sa nyina o mo nyina o the link to a certain pastors o mo nyina belong to sa court na almost sacrifice and easy. Oko musician no. Oko sorry o sacrifice ye easy. Na me
secular phone na account.
Sacrifice ni easy because say on stage no to sika gu an for Rashid efa. Asak oye wi.
Who fabi of me do ye.
Ono ko anim nipa dodo ko an be fa mo. Windim say nipa
spirit na be choose.
And be choose do pe.
Hey. Enkwara ni mrantie ni ye tu sika no mu dimrika no.
Oh, you say one yeska.
Okwa na komde wo.
Ono ko anya awe. Say, obey awe, what time on beku hia no. And e beka chen say your sacrifice has been received.
Ni pardon do say.
Nti say hanky. Ena ba ku bia okopie ho na hanky ba ku ne pa ko ha. Hanky ne de be man your altar wo de hanky ne ba betum. Enti hanki ni dodo e no be hu se saa de me tu e nipa 2030 ene koi
Jesus Christ nipa mobo
me nya tumi nne ade me regret in Ghana first church
ube regulate
oh yes
ube yim
yes so fu biara a wuntimi unye entrepreneur mema 1 year so fu biara wunni adwuma nsa na adwuma ye nka no be a man of God in this country esu hu adwuma eye ko wo adwuma na wo ya so ngo dupu memes no go you eat from what you are doing na hwe omu wan wo adwuma dudu na ni adwuma ena hwe omo millions and billions through the church members timem menya tumi ne
members ne mu nkwa na asofo ne bi omo sekefi ana be mu so nya bi fi ada be mu nya bi ada means
ye wasofo no bebiri Ghana ha se omo no mo adwuma man e ma STS fo we
awoni mu omo
ye be ko fa sign no me person bo bi adin ye ba yi science no and the symbols na kire so mo ka ho no enti ye yi symbol na se woni masoroko
into what match re ba ko pe wo episode but match re ba ko pe symbol ba
ye obu wo no mo a odwene wo mo through
moon and sun
aquatic way unsin the man stars no omu aquatic dimpa omu symbol no eye ponko omo symbol no ponko o se ponko na chi no na chi nwi ni se no ye wo design bi aye that design no e reti wo
design it saying
on se ponko
makani board no wo chi ai
on se ponko ni no go na ese binu design nti so paboa ni design no ene saa okotwe because okofa saa okotwe ni to ankofu behu nti se ponko no ono wo ho no so that design no wa ye ponko no wo ho no mo a we ni hia no ko we na ese o show man ankofu no se we remember
ana okotwo ni ya se o show bibi no mu se oka ho
oh say yes ene se no your symbol ene your symbol chese wa dwen ni wo mo well any wa shense ntimi me wura so da mu a minim so you remember me was sign me ya kire se me ka ho ye onua na sa all occult churches no entrance na odi wura mu no ye ode hye ho oh yes
the no wura ma sa tumi no e kata oswa na ye ode
o lo fe crowd beto correction
190
who pie bounty no be hu se na me kra de na ye mi na hokora di ni sie mama yi se ska hu da enti any rich cause of person obeye utwamu a uso with nothing
this world is dark pow masa
ebi so no dodo na no eye bad ade bi no mu de sia so dan no sia so dan tintin a o de shekona obu si aye star no ebi so obu ni aye se cross cross no we san no ebu obu si aye moon ebi so obu si aye stars no he your symbol bu o awenkyerem wait
triangle no
ai bebredie no tawun se a we ye osi ahene we nu o fa the sword na nkroma de ma ye so ye no we wo ho
bi
wo ho
okay
ena bi so ono so a ese ebi si ese uko asoro ho nuko hu se we se uko asoro dan mu honum ese uwura ho ye member na se uwura ho we eye tu ahene se uwura ho na unso obedience ni kingdom ni ajafri ni sem se oye master ya reduce the powers nti hu na
form
okoni esa we yesi ahene mampeni bi wo e wo Ghana ha oko this time otro the way of throne din. I was assault.
Oh dear, me
President Beko.
Young cohort. It's Ghana ha. We bet to me.
You're saying about Kususuni.
Zeros now they are famous.
Aye. You'll be so one man, they were smart. Why am I saying?
The Hiana say intercession in the baby.
Aha. Or no, what was it? It took us, said I be my lord, waiting whom a bird. Wait, or joining Olympics game. Where who sang we are? Or belong to the sun, the moon, and the stars. No, of America side. And now, of joining or the goddess of river times. No, Jenny, yo. Name you show me and singing now. I don't know any indicators, sir. Now, schools, private schools, Ghana.
By my name, Casa. Now, Casa. And then, Omo initiate and Korani baby.
I Ghana.
I walk schools.
I was school.
We are interested. How?
Yeah. Oh, say, yeah, you can pay that day. Obua or society and Chradie into the Banbako private schools. Majority of private schools are Sekuku the Magic on my way and Cophonia.
To be Nebi, will be Nanyan scan will be in the school.
I was on and then
a young Crophonia.
You was saying it is sign me to solve who go school who signed the but Biara Obako. Hear me. I Obako who said, I am married. I draw my baby.
I'm a friend marrying.
I'm a friend marrying a smelling road. About school in if you
yes, mammy.
And yes, mammy.
Some men run.
Or no, or the goddess of the moon. Ketwana can honor. I just said on it, or the goddess of the moon, or a synonymous in the Nimrod. You are near ma, a better sabo frano. Na South schools in the initiate some Kwaranaka Sanka or Ghana, a new rob or Sumumu. Bakus a BC, dear.
A Korokosian Adian.
I'll go Banicos
initiating.
Yes, a benitiating. In Jaquano Benia. This is taking you now is against this country.
And one man.
There be one man. Book school, whom is a so bad dear boy man or dream when more first. Now, none in our Siabosum, open Nurusem.
Enti Ghana Hanum a bano chronoa air cost bebre beeswa. And also SCS no SCS another
IIF
IIF or no sunim hubiana. Apart from internet fraud no. Also what chrono.
Now some make a want it. Say ubet work for container ba yet ye be container no. A big industry, I don't know any. So we police 4, 5, you know. 2 your man Ghana, there are 3 go for there. Through our work from ba, about 2 aba. 1. And a 2. Sika oko police a joan. Womu sika. Yaman for the cock. And you say, the own police, you know, what's you do when you scan and a orgy. And you see the penny free, so all show. What the NSA is kind of original, 40,000. And you say, me banner so moon, Pamiensa, Mamma 1.2 billion organized here. Some 20 Pamiensa. Police in Hiano, send a panier for Franny, so the governing, so I got so I could win on a fan who didn't what to make you can be. And you say, I'm fat, a uni buy ya. Yan fan fat, I will motor a battle, and I didn't buy the whole to a banner because of 2012 court case, a base posu extraction, no, and they say in a domoba. But first in the near critic electoral commission, Elmo to a banner on Tibeto by a wada, or Matun Hornum a Uquada. Night, your Smakayo say, your network room, I have a regulation mom. No more transfer resource no e de be wura edie nim eno na sharato sai na ma student tokwa no amari sharato ekuzi ama student say or transfer illegal vote transfer bi de wura mu no sa na ye no ti 2012 no ebe expose sa de ntise nu se na ye no ye de nkofo no ba ebi ho 3 years election no no mo wakru mu a eno na ama corruption no ye si dan ya ne boy den no me no ka se CCA ACS for CCA for be research February atwam ye amomo discover say sa position na make no oba be win 2028 election enti me no ka se CCA omo hwe ahoho eba odo mo ko NIA nkofo mu ready say mu na odo mo ko pay the names no NIA do mo ba bi edo mo ko no driving ene teaching driving teaching ene do mo ko enti accident na AC no a result of God's we hwe year no I start here no anytime accident ni si na okwa African crisis na twa enwo hia na the senoma amakwan hia tie no sa pa na esi wa sisi a no a enti no omo hyase ama okọ ye various stations na union penifo na pam Ghana for drivers no because ahoko na ba e don be really yes Europa we program wa bi na set driver for and driver for fraka cho see pam free station little mistake me koto duane aba wa e beka so an kro e bepa mo afro because ahoko na e aba ye de ahoko ne be show ni nyina ya agenda 2044
so metuma accomplish that mission
yes and no ana di oye na bra otufo na santeman
abusua ye de enen komo insu besi ya komo na ye de mpedufo se ye di agoro no